All right, welcome to the New York Got Game live Knicks watch party for Game 5. Knicks have a chance to close things out. Your boy Dexter Henry with my guy, Bryan Fonseca, and our special guest. He is a good friend of the show. He's been in New York Got Game multiple times. It's the first time I think we've done anything. No, not live. You were a live guest with us this year with me and Bryan. My guy, JD. JD, what's going on, bro?
Thank you for having me, Bryan.
Absolutely.
Let's have a great night tonight. Let's have a great game. Hopefully we clinch.
Yeah.
And we get to celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, how you feeling heading into this game? Because, to say that Sunday was a roller coaster might be an understatement because it was crazy.
Every game's been a roller coaster.
This is true.
To be fair.
Every game has been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the team right now?
Listen, I feel good. It's been one of those very, very tough 3-1 series so far.
Oh, yeah.
Because, obviously the Pistons have a lot going against them right now in terms of coming back and winning this series, because it means they will have to win 2 in Madison Square Garden. But I think it's been great for the Knicks, because going into this series, when I looked at the possibilities of the Pacers, the Bucks, the Pistons, Heat, Hawks, whoever, I felt that the Pistons were the best matchup. They were the best team.
Because you thought they could push them? Was it like that, or you just thought it could be easy, they win easy?
There's a couple of things. One, you see, there's a difference sometimes. One, because I thought they could push them.
Yeah.
But also because it seems like the national media, a lot of general fans are rooting for the Pistons. and it's because, they're getting compared in Detroit to the bad boy Pistons. It's been a while since they've been in the playoffs. The physicality, the toughness, Isaiah Stewart, all that. Like a lot of, how it is around, the Knicks, the Lakers, sometimes the Celtics. When those teams face a little bit of an underdog story, a lot of teams rally around, a lot of fans rally around those franchises.
No doubt.
And I felt that the Knicks being in the spotlight versus a team like that mentally could prepare them for the next round.
Okay. I like
That's
that.
interesting.
No, I like that. I like that you looked at it that way.
We play the Bucks, it's a finesse series. Knicks win, but a finesse series. We play the Pacers, it's a high-paced finesse series. We've already been there. Is that really gonna,
is that really going to help them down the road?
Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, like, because we see the bracket. You know who we're going to face next round.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, the way I look at it is, what is the best matchup in the first round to mentally prepare us for a Celtics?
No, I like that you looked at it that way. I think that's a pretty I don't say it's not whether it's positive or negative. It's just looking at the team building and the process of things, which I will say, and Bryan knows a bit of this, I don't think the fan base has done a lot of this season. A lot of people are like, it's 51 wins, back-to-back 50 seasons. And look, we talked about it the last time you and I did a show together. After the Boston Massacre, whichever one that was, the second one, third one, I don't remember which one that was. But you were the perfect person to talk to at that time, because I hit you up and was like, yo, we got to do the show. This was after they had lost in Cleveland and Boston, the back-to-back road games that weekend.
Yep.
And I won't say you went scorched earth. I don't feel like that's what you went. I just felt like you vented with some nuance that, things wasn't right. And this team had not reached that upper echelon level. I agree with you. Bryan and I have been on this all season long. Like, they're not there yet. This team is not there yet. Are you fine with that? Are you fine with this growth and where they are here? They got to listen. They have a chance to close out tonight at home. You know the last time they did that?
1999.
That's right. Game 6 against the Pacers. 1999. Does everybody want to talk about what they were doing in 1999? I'm not telling y'all nothing about that. But yes, they got a chance.
I don't know what I was doing.
That was the year I began to watch them like every single.
Yeah, that makes me feel old. Damn. What were you doing in 1999, Bryan?
Probably in kindergarten.
Oh my god.
No, but the growth. Listen, like I said, the Pistons are going to test you in different areas. You play the Bucks, it's about star versus star with Giannis. You play the Pacers, it's about points per game. The Pistons, I just feel that when you look at even the roller coaster of last game, having to respond, How about losing game 2 at the Garden when a lot of people felt you should just go up 2-0 in this series? Like I just feel that amount of adversity that they faced just in 4 games, even in the games they're winning, it's like, well, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. There has to be some type of reward from that that should help them to a more competitive series against the Celtics. I just feel like there's so much more to gain from playing this team, being tested the way that they're being tested, and finding different ways to win with different players on a different night. You saw Karl Anthony Towns last game. You know, Mikal and OG, I wouldn't say have had, you know, great offensive series, but man, you know, you talk about clutch defense from Mikal and OG. Like it's just finding out how to win game to game. I just think it's going to be important versus the Celtics.
I agree. I agree. What happened on the tip off here?
Cat didn't let the ball like go fully.
So we are,
up.
We're off.
I just think I think there's an interesting point that you make, JD, about this preparing them for Boston in some regard. I think it may, from the standpoint of each game has been close and they're finding different ways to close, to your point. What I have questions about is, and it won't be answered in the series, is like stylistically, I don't think Detroit plays enough like Boston. Nobody really does to prepare in that way. So I wonder, I mean, how's Boston going to be physically after the Orlando series is going to be a question that I have because of Jaylen Brown's knee situation, which reportedly got drained before the playoffs.
That's never good.
Tatum, yeah, that's an off-season surgery candidate, in my opinion. And then also Tatum having the wrist issue. Porzingis, as you guys know, at any given point, he could just snap and he might be out for a game or 2 or longer than that. So I wonder from that perspective. But they still have to close this out. Boston has an opportunity, for people who aren't aware of like the full schedule. Boston has an opportunity to close against Orlando. You could potentially get the same amount of rest going into the next round. The issue is, if you don't, then Boston gets, on top of being better, having a rest advantage, and that's where it gets dangerous. And you want to have as much rest as possible for that series.
Yeah, and then, like as you mentioned, the tricky thing is, that's why I look at, you know, aside from the matchup against the Celtics, from a like you said, stylistic standpoint, what is another component? What's another quality that this team is going to need to overcome, you know, the hostile environment in Boston? Because now, you know, next round, you're going on the road, game 1,
right?
Like it's a whole different element now. So I just feel that maybe, I mean, you could say maybe the Pacers, because Miles Turner is a stretch 5, that could quote unquote be a good preparation for the Celtics, but then you're not dealing with the wings that the Celtics.
I think
so. It's like
stylistically,
it's
Indiana.
And the Celtics, to me, are just 2 teams that until you face them,
there's nothing that can really prepare you.
There's nothing that can really prepare you, because it's just Porzingis is going to put so much pressure on your scheme, let alone your individual matchup.
No, I agree with that.
So it's like I forfeit that. I'm foregoing that. Now it's like, let's work on the mental side of the game. Let's work on adversity. Let's work on toughness, because maybe next round, maybe that has to be your style to beat the Celtics.
No, that's what I think. Because I think Boston's not going to push you around like that. I mean, Derek White might a little bit.
Oh, so you're saying the Knicks got to get a little more aggressive?
No, they have to be the Pistons next series.
I see.
You know, they have to push, because Boston is the pretty boy team. Boston is the finesse team. And the Knicks have become a little bit more of a finesse team. Not a little bit more, a good deal more of a finesse team this year, which there are a lot of Knicks fans who don't like that. And I understand that because, like, the identity of the city, typically great Knicks teams.
It's gritty.
Yeah,
it's gritty team.
Same thing with great Detroit teams, actually. Like, that's just how they are, right?
Historically, when you see teams like with the roster of a Celtics, like so much offensive firepower, usually when they finally get dethroned, they get dethroned by a team that's more physical than them.
Yeah,
that you know is able to take them out of the game and is able to score enough. I mean, listen, even the Magic series, the Magic have been in there a couple games.
It would be 2-2 if Jalen Suggs were healthy.
But the physicality of the Magic is affecting the Celtics for 2.5 to 3 quarters, and the Knicks can't keep up with them.
So to that point, the Knicks, we all will say, and I don't agree with my boy Brian, that Jalen Suggs would make a difference in that series.
It'd be 2-2 if he was healthy.
the Knicks are much more talented offensively than Orlando. If they can bring the physicality to the point that y'all are making,
You have to push Boston around. Otherwise, you're not gonna.
no, I feel y'all. I feel y'all on that.
I don't know if they. I don't know. I think Boston's gonna try to push them around. You know what I mean?
Turnovers,
So that's
They
the
make
thing.
too many of those mistakes.
and it's the
4-2,
silly,
9
it's the
minutes left in
silly,
the
it's the
first.
silly kind of turnovers like that. Right?
They're
Like
not
that.
off to a good start in general. It's only the first 3 minutes, but
Oh,
That's
offensive
offensive
foul.
foul.
no one's really
Okay.
setting the tone here for anybody.
Knicks basketball. Let's go.
Shout
Come
out
on,
to
man.
shout out to everybody in the chat.
4-2.
Asher said, "Oh my God, Dex with the new look. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Salute New York Sports School Space Ghost. Shout out to you. Joseph Osorto said, "Let's go Knicks." My guy JD always talking facts. JD, I do like what you and Brian said. I do think you guys are right about that. They got to bring that physicality when they play Boston, but they got to wake up now.
They got to win this game
They gotta
first.
win.
Hardaway
Escape
for
first.
3.
Yeah, this isn't
No
a gimme.
good.
So
Fight for the rebound. Oh, I got to get that rebound. Cade 1-on-1 in isolations versus Mikal. Step back.
that's a foul.
Oh, they're gonna call the foul on who?
Yo,
I think that's Mikal.
it's funny. I thought Mikel's last game was interesting. And Brian and I talked about this here because people are going to look at the 3 of 12, but I thought his defense was great. That's some of the best defense I saw Mikel play all season.
Last game?
He's had a defensively good series.
He's been really good defensively in the series.
The offense is.
But I thought
unsteady
last
as
game he
usual,
was
but
superb.
Oh,
Yeah.
he put together all the clutch moments he's
there's
had
the
throughout
pass.
the year.
Duran's been killing them with that
Deep
pass.
backdoor.
Yes, and the sword's been cutting back door.
The
like
over
6'2".
2.5 assists for him. They've hit in this series. I think multiple times.
That's a great confidence builder for Mikal defensively, because again, being able to guard a Cade Cunningham who's 6'6".
Too much ISO.
Now that's gonna
He
prepare
got
you.
past him though.
That's gonna prepare you for Jaylen Brown, and Cade is a better ball handler than Jaylen Brown.
Very true.
Yeah.
Not a good start for the Knicks here. Not a good start.
Here we go. Early adversity, right? 9-2. Oh, Brunson down the lane and one.
He faked me with
And
that.
one.
Yeah, we all relaxed
Low-key.
on that. Yeah.
Well, I blame the cameraman, honestly. If the camera didn't tilt a little bit, then
This
I
is
would've
good.
been
This is good. Don't. All right, wake up now, New York. But a little early adversity. I don't
See,
mind.
I'm with you on that too, because the Knicks, the last couple of games, have gotten off to pretty good starts. The last couple of games and how they played.
It's like now, you get rid of this within the first 4 minutes of the game, first 5. I'd rather
I'm with
be
that.
now than
Later.
late.
Yeah, I'm with
Don't
that.
get caught in that rut late. And listen, a lot of fans are gonna go into tonight probably thinking, "Oh, we're gonna blow them out." Now, I was talking to Brian before we went live, like how this could go. This is either gonna be a tough, hard-fought game, or obviously in the Knicks' advantage both ways. Or if the Knicks, are able to make a run, it's going to be interesting to see how the Pistons react to that, because they know now it's a young team with some veterans.
Yep.
But they know now, we're down 3-1. Knicks go up 9-11, 9-10, 9-12, around that range. That's when the Pistons are going to get tested. It could turn either way. It turn into a blowout, or a guy like Cade Cunningham, who's shown a lot of maturity this series, even though he hasn't been nowhere near the best player.
Oh, look at you. Oh, were you bothered? Were you bothered by this?
Of course,
the
I was
talk?
bothered by it, man. Oh, is he gonna do it?
There's
again?
always
Oh,
there's-
oh, Cat!
Bang
Oh,
that!
Cat! Oh,
Oh, okay.
let's go, Cat!
Bang that. You thought he was gonna do the step back there too.
Yeah,
Me too.
He hit him with
I actually
the-
thought he was gonna shoot too.
K down the lane.
Oh, wow.
Scores.
Do you feel like the best play in the series talk was disrespectful to Jalen Brunson?
Absolutely, man. But sometimes you see who says it, and you could easily, kind of validate whether it's
What?
Oh, gee. What's
it's
going on?
valid or not. OG in isolation, mid-range shot. That's good.
Wow.
OG Anunoby with the tough shot. But it's like, what's going on here? Like, you guys, you know what it is? OG with the steal.
Okay.
Timeout.
Good response from the Knicks. That was what they were down 9-2. So now
Wow.
that's a 5-2 run.
You know,
11-7.
you know what it is
Did that not count?
maybe did they call the
Something was called. That's why he was so
maybe he
open.
fouled them before. You know what it is a guy like Brunson who Cade is like the LaMelo. He's in that camp of the new age 6'5", 6'6" point guard.
Okay.
That when you watch him play with the ball handling, with the smoothness, with what's the word they say? They're aesthetically pleasing. And
is LaMelo aesthetically pleasing for me? He would turn the ball over.
Well,
I like it.
For you, probably not. But for a lot of people who are like
new young boys,
right? If you're like a teenager,
bro, they love it.
It's funny.
Because of
I can see that. If I was younger, I would have liked a lot of the flash, but he turns the ball over.
And the kids,
they don't give a shit about that.
Kids today, you shoot a 3-pointer from the concession stands. That's a good shot today.
I don't know if Cade's
a good shot today.
I don't know if Cade's game is super aesthetically pleasing.
I like his game.
No, yeah, I don't.
Me personally,
I think. I don't know. I don't know why. Like I think Cade has.
I think it's because point guard that's just smooth, and it's like once a player gets to a certain level, the 6 foot, barely 6 foot Jalen Brunson that has to work so hard.
I think that's what it is.
15 times.
It's pedigree
that has to give you, because the thing is, Cade could get to the basket on one move. Brunson might have to juke you 2 times, go right, come left, then give there's more that he has to do, even though he's gonna get to his spot than a Cade. And so to the casual, they're like, oh no, he's better. And it's like, nah.
Well, Brian, I know you tend to favor the shorter guys, the shorter point guards.
Yeah, I think it's also projecting because everyone thinks Cade is going to be XYZ, but this is still his first playoff series.
Yep.
Honestly, they've done this with playoff series before. Like Jalen Brunson versus Tyrese Halliburton was a discussion going into last year. Who's the best player in that series?
Every playoffs now, Anthony Edwards is Michael Jordan.
A couple.
He does elevate.
That was another.
Jordan again.
No, but that was another. Who's the best player in the series conversation was Anthony Edwards or Luka Doncic or LeBron James. A couple years ago, it was Jimmy Butler or Trae Young, which was ridiculous.
That's a ridiculous conversation.
Because a lot of people were saying Trae Young, and that was fucking stupid, for lack of a better way of putting
it. Remember I told you I was on the show and somebody, they roasted me because I said that 3 years ago, I said I'll take Jalen Brunson over Trae Young. And they roasted me for that. He roasted me now.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not gonna just take out Trae Young now, but the point of it is, I like Brunson's better right now. Maybe Cade is better tomorrow, like in a couple years, a year, whatever it is.
Right.
Right now, he's not yet. Now, after this playoff experience, we'll see how they come back next year, because I'd be stunned if Detroit wasn't the playoff team next year. And it feels like they could do something in the offseason. Like their offseason is actually going to be one of the more interesting ones to watch. But I think people are just trying to rush that process and just undercut Jalen Brunson for whatever the reason. Now, there's a discussion to be had, I think, for some people, whether or not he's the second best player in this series between him and Towns. I think if you want to have that talk, I'd probably be a little bit more open to it. But I would say him versus Brunson, then no, that's Brunson.
Well, I think right now, based on what's happened in this series, if we just look at the facts of what's happened through 4 games, Brunson's been the best player.
Yeah.
Towns has been the second best player. I would say Cade has been the third best player.
I would say responsibilities matter is the only thing. And like we've seen Cat as a number 1 in the playoffs before.
But I'm judging him as what he's done in this series.
In this series, 2. I agree.
And he's hit bigger shots.
But one guy's playing.
Get that out of here.
One guy's playing with Brunson. One guy's playing with Brunson. One isn't.
He hurt. See, OG was OG.
But I think Cat, to your point,
I feel you though.
Other than game 2 in the second half, Cat's been better.
Nice block.
Other than game 2 in the second.
I feel you on that.
3 seconds.
There
we go. Come
that's
on.
Off.
Yeah, it was too short.
But I'll keep telling people, I've been saying it every game here, what you want with Tim Hardaway Jr.
Let him punch himself out.
Let him shoot early. Let him feel himself. You know he's going to mess it up late. You know he's going to break it late. JD, you know what I'm talking about because you've seen it.
Yeah, he's a streaky
guy.
He's J.R. Smith.
Yo, so when he's feeling himself?
No, I think J.R. Smith might be better. Well, the 6th man of the year version of J.R. Smith is better than Tim Hardaway.
Oh, OG corner.
That looked good too. A little early, but I think I'm okay with that for now.
Come on. All right, 6-minute mark. We're down 4. Hardaway.
That's a good foul though.
Yeah.
All right, Knicks. Come on.
Oh, we got some other people in here. Shout out to my daughter, Simi. Hi, Simi. Simi's a regular. Simi's always
Yeah,
tuning
that's
in.
true. That's a fact.
Shout out to Simi. Appreciate you. Real Deal says Knicks are soft and will be swept by the Celtics. Sounds like somebody who works here. I'm not going to say their name. Sounds like somebody who works here that's a Celtics fan. I'm not going to say their name. I wouldn't be surprised if that's them.
Wait. You a Celtics man?
No.
No, not
Oh.
Brian. No. Somebody else that works here that's not here right now on the premises.
No,
And he likes to troll.
Okay.
I wouldn't have even been able to type that right now.
Nah.
I don't think they're gonna get swept by. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're getting swept by the Celtics for what it's worth. I don't.
Do you think?
I don't know how. I don't
Do
know
you
how far
guys?
they'll push
This may be a conversation if they win tonight when we have Brian Lewis on with us after.
Sure.
But this might be a good question if they win. But we can start talking about now. Do you think that because it ties into what JD was saying? Do we feel like if they win tonight and they take care of business and they get some of the rest you were talking about, Brian? Do you feel better about them pushing the Celtics? And when I'm be very clear what I mean about pushing the Celtics. No ambiguity.
Pushing
here.
To me, I think is six or more. Right?
I agree.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Pushing is 6 or more. Don't you?
Because they're getting at least one. The Celtics always mess around and give up one.
Five is a failure.
I see people do too much with the word failure sometimes too, though. How you look into 5 matters. You understand what I'm saying?
Like this 5 for Detroit, if it's 5 tonight, this is not a failure for
Absolutely
Detroit.
not. But nothing was a failure for Detroit. They're playing with
That's
house
fair.
money this whole series.
The Knicks, and I don't think, to be fair,
it's
while
a bad foul by Durant.
Dex, while you and I entered the season, and I think most rational people like, okay, they're not the Celtics, they're not the Cavs. I do think there are levels to what winning, quote unquote, would be in the next series. Like if they get swept, one, I think Tibbs is probably gone.
If they get swept, JD, you talked about this when you were on me. We talked about this exact thing. The last time he's on, when we had that,
you get swept, session, I think Tibbs is gone.
We said you said, I'm not gonna say just we. You talked about how they had to start looking better against these teams.
Yep.
Right? You said it. The moment could be here next week.
2 fouls for Durant.
The moment could be here next week.
That buttery ass MSG popcorn.
They have to play with edge. If it's a gentleman's sweep, but let's say all the games are decided by 6 points or less, I don't think that's a failure. But I feel like they kind of need to get 2 games.
They got to get 2 games, man.
I think, yeah. So I think anything, I won't say failure, I'd say disappointment, 5 or fewer.
Got to get 2 games.
Even if a lot of the games are close.
Brunson, 2 missed free throws.
You know, he missed both.
No, he missed the one earlier.
They got to win 2 games, man.
So if they win 2 games and they're competitive in these games, not a failure.
I think there are. I think there are Knicks fans. You both know this. There are Knicks fans who will want more than that.
You should expect good games because you built this team for that. And at the same time,
let's go, Mitch. Give me those rebounds.
It's the playoffs. It's not the regular season for me to count close games as. Oh yeah, that's the barometer. Yeah. You gotta win.
That's fair.
2 games.
That's fair.
Because again, you lose 4-1. You want to add the 4 that they lost in the season?
1-8. That was what it would be.
Yeah,
against the Celtics.
Yeah, that's not nothing. That matters.
In the season that you built this team to not go 1-8.
You don't want to come away from the series looking like you're too far away from that.
And you know how GMs are. Franchises when they lose 3-1,
great defense.
Good defense.
When they lose 3-1, like even if the Pistons, from a morale standpoint, but the front office is gonna be like, "Oh, we're a ways away."
Yeah.
Well, you have to be honest with yourself.
But they're closer. They're also closer than they've been in a long time.
You have to be honest with yourself. So I think if the Knicks lose 3-1, even if it's hard fought, you gotta.
So are you on our colleague Stephen Bondi? He had wrote about this a couple months ago, and he said, "Look, if they don't, this is the Josh Hart I need to see. We've been seeing from the last
downtown from the corner,
but he's taking the shots.
Let's go without hesitation.
And I like that.
And Boston's gonna give him that.
Wonderful.
He has to be ready.
That's Boston's gonna want that shot all the time.
But here's one thing
he has to shoot in that series.
I'll get back to the point I was going to mention about Steph. But here's the one thing we got to say about Josh Hart when you're watching these games.
Tough
the rebound by Mitch.
OG transition.
Here.
Brunson.
Oh.
Cross-court pass.
Dangerous
McBride. Mid-range shot.
There we go, Deuce.
Deuce McBride.
There we go. The one thing you got to say with Josh Hart, that man has shown in the last 2 playoffs series, the Sixers series last year and now in this one, I did not like how he's playing through the season. Not all the way through the season. He was hesitant to shoot. I've been critical of that. But in the playoffs, he's been ready to shoot, and he's hit the shots. We saw it in the last game, and in this game. Look, I'm never going to judge Josh Hart as a playoff performer. That man gives his all. But if he, to your point, he's got to let that fly against the Celtics. They don't give him that.
Yeah, if the Celtics aren't dumb, and they have all the playoff experience. Like the Pistons don't. Boston is going to try to like design their defense to cater to other things on the floor that will leave Josh Hart's 3-point shot available.
That's why the head coach is the most important part of the next
here we go.
series.
Here we go. And
So when
JD
you talk
is
about-
going to
JD,
bring
you're not a
talk about 3-1.
Are you not a Tibbs guy?
when you have to start thinking about what you are, and
When
it's
you
not
start
yes or
stuttering
no.
after the question.
Yeah.
When you
That's
start
not good.
when
That
you
ain't
say
good.
what they say, when you say what you're about to say is may not be true.
We've all been in
But
that
see,
position
before I want you to answer Brian's question. We're not going to let you duck on that. But what I want to say is, I think if people watch your tweets, they might have the perception that you're anti that.
Mm-hmm.
I've had conversations with you on air, on recording, and off recording. So I feel like there's a little more nuance to it to say that you're not. I just want to
Right.
preface this by saying this.
There's always more nuance than what you see on Twitter.
But let's continue to stutter from Brian's questions.
Listen, I have, with Tibbs, I've gotten to the point where, yes, I do have my personal outlook and vision on what I think his ceiling is for this team.
Sure.
And where I think we could go with him. I honestly believe that, that's why the Celtics series is going to be so important for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to tell me how much is he willing to, when it comes to the word adjustments and changes, is he really going to be about that against the Celtics? Because I think the Celtics are really going to test him. When you talk about Josh Hart, that's going to be the first thing that he's going to be tested.
Yeah.
See, when you play the Pistons and you play in the first round and you play a team that on paper you're better than, even in these close games, even after a 1-1, he caught a little bit of adversity there at 1-1 because when we lost game 2, there was a lot of talk about should Mitch be in the starting lineup, should this, should that. But again, the Pistons are not a team to panic over. So I understand staying the course and looking now with 3-1.
Sure.
I don't think against the Celtics, where I think Josh Hart could be a serious liability with Porzingis in the paint, Al Horford in the paint. If you've seen how he's played this year against the Celtics, Josh Hart doesn't attack the basket.
All right. So
wait, Dex, I want to toss.
Go. You go.
I want to toss something to you. I want to toss something after Jay's
I
finished.
think against the Celtics, he may not have the ability to say, okay, let me wait another 2 games before I make a change. You're going to have to be proactive, fast, and early, willing to take risks, willing to get wacky. I use the word wacky a lot because in terms of throwing things, the kitchen sink at the Celtics and not being afraid to make changes because, the Celtics are going to put a lot of pressure on this coaching staff to change things up because I just think from a personnel standpoint, there's things going into the series that are what it is, and you're just hoping that a Josh Hart wide open is going to be able to change that by making shots and not being afraid to shoot.
I think those are all good points. What I want to toss to you, Dex, because this is I think this is where JD is, and I'm open-minded to this idea. I'm not saying I'm fully there because I like Tibbs, but I
wonder if you're going where I was going to go.
I am open-minded to the idea that maybe he's Mark Jackson and you need a Steve Kerr. Maybe he's JB Bickerstaff and you need a Kenny Atkinson. I do wonder if they flame out in that Celtics series, and we don't want to jump too far ahead because this could still go 6 and who knows. But if they do flame out in that Celtics series, I think some questions need to be asked, especially if you get swept. I think if you get swept, it's almost not even a debate. That you have to switch. If it's 5, that's where it's and then it depends on how and the process and everything.
I think it depends on how they look in the 5. And I think the way JD answered the question, JD is a on the fence Tibbs guy, but I like that you've made you drew a line in the sand, and you're saying this is the moment here.
Yeah.
This is where I need to see this from him against the criticisms. Now, you talked about adjustments. That's the thing I've been hearing all for the show. We've had all our guests, our insiders, our content creators. that Brian and myself, we talked, what's Tibbs going to do?
Good rebound.
You brought up the Josh Hart thing. Mitchell Robinson getting rebounds for me, which I
Shot
named.
clock. Violation.
You brought up the Josh
not
Hart thing.
violation. Reset.
I think that will be the first.
And I don't remember if you said this with me the last time we were, because we do so many stuff. But I think you were somebody who suggested maybe have some time with McBride, Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, with Cat. And this was pre-Mitch. I think we had this conversation pre-Mitch. Is that the switch he's making? Does he go to McBride? Those numbers with that lineup have been really good. Is he going to trust the data on that and make a switch like that? I think that will tell people a lot.
Why is Mitch dribbling?
Excuse me. I also feel like something that you're saying, got to get that up.
He has to shoot.
I think another thing that you're saying is why this series matters. Throw the kitchen. What do you have to lose if you throw the kitchen sink at the Celtics? What do you have to lose? You got to try something different to beat the champs. Because the Celtics are an extremely well-constructed team. We all agree with that, right?
Yeah,
we all are going to give them their props on that.
They're a machine.
And agree with that. But why not try something different? Now, if he does not do what you're saying you would like to see him do, and I'm sure you'll let the people know on Twitter, and I'm sure you will too. If he does not do that, that's where I think the fan base is going to be mad. If he throws the kitchen sink and they lose in 5, but the games are real close, and you're like, they're this much away.
Yeah, I think
he keeps his job.
I think he's coaching for his job, though, not from the standpoint of they need to win this. If they win the series, he's getting an extension.
I
think if they get swept and they don't perform well enough, and this is over,
I think he's done so.
If they get embarrassed,
I think
it doesn't need to be like OKC, Memphis, or Cleveland, Miami level embarrassment. But if you come away from the series and the Knicks aren't even close, and they spent all this to build this team and they're not close, then I think
to JD's point, it can't look
especially because and this is the other point.
Good on the board.
Dex,
dumb turnover.
That's a pretty nice pass. And Dex, this is the other point, is that there's also coaches available now who you could entertain and be like,
go.
Taylor Jenkins is out there.
Here we go.
Michael Malone is available. Out there. You know what I mean? Like, and this is where I think a lot of Knicks fans are going to look like if they flame out in the series, it's going to be like, why don't they just get Taylor Jenkins? He might be a better coach. Why don't they get Michael Malone? He could be a better coach. Before that wasn't out there.
Michael Malone is really like Tom Thibodeau West though. Like,
I don't know if they are.
You don't like playing young players?
No. I'm saying people would say that
but
they're
better
coaches.
I
think if you're doing tiers, they're roughly in the same neighborhood. You know what I mean? I think Taylor Jenkins might be the best of those 3 coaches, but he hasn't won anything. Michael Malone had Jokic, so I don't know how to assess that.
Winning stuff could be overrated too. Is Mike Budenholzer a better coach than Michael Malone? He's got a ring.
Knicks need to go.
They got very lucky that year, but they do have a ring.
I happen to agree.
I think Budenholzer's a good coach, but I don't think he's
Mike Malone is not I don't think he's a good fit here.
I don't think so either. I happen to agree with you.
And he's a New Yorker.
That doesn't mean I don't dislike him. I don't dislike him as a coach. It's just I don't think he's a good fit.
And he's from here.
He is.
He because of the way
get that out of here. Yo, the recovery on
he's
that.
Had some really nice plays. He's had some really nice. Look at this.
Man.
Get that out of here.
Look at his timing
on this land. That's great timing.
And you know what I appreciate about that? He didn't try to get super high off the ground and make it look cool. He just got there.
Getting there.
Just got there. He has 3 blocks already.
Beasley, step back.
Bounce you shimmy.
Yeah, that looked really good. Miguel Beasley because of the shimmy. That's what we call him.
Miguel Beasley.
And
Josh Hart doing Josh Hart.
I honestly, the thing I think Tibbs has against him in terms of like a potential change.
Oh wow!
Is that 2 on Cade? How hard is focused tonight?
Cade is pissed. I'd be mad too. I ain't gonna lie.
Did. I don't think that helps. You know.
You talking about the Cavs making the change for JB Bigstaff?
The same roster.
Oh, okay.
With the same starting.
But that's what Brian's saying. Like sometimes in sports,
and before that happened, I think a lot of people who would know would be like, "Yo, JB Biggerstaff did a good job, but Kenny Atkinson is a better coach."
It's not like they have a
Kenny Atkinson should still be coaching the Nets right now.
It's not like they have these players that potential players. They got some players that who they are.
Right.
They are what they are. Jarrett Allen, defensive rebounder. Evan Mobley, defensive player.
Hard shooting again.
Here we go.
Comments. What do y'all think about the Tom Thibodeau?
Yeah, I'm
potential.
People saying.
What do y'all? Do you think he's coaching for his job?
JD is bugging.
There's some Knicks fans who will fire him right now, which I think is a little
because they
were trying to say use that fan.
My
JD,
friend,
trying to get him fired already.
My friend was like, I was, talking to someone, and they say that they think that the Knicks, the players, the talent, is going to have to overcome the coach. And he mentioned Game 4. He thought Game 4 was an example.
That means you need a better coach.
He said, I don't think Game 4, Tibbs had a great game. He kept Karl-Anthony Towns there. After he picked up his 4th foul, what was he doing? Mitch is not playing enough. There's certain things that he's not doing with Josh Hart. And look at the shots that Karl-Anthony Towns made. Look at Jalen Brunson. Was that schematic, or was just that 2 great players showed up as a tandem in the clutch? You have moments where you have times where the talent of your roster overcomes some questionable game plan, strategies, decisions, but just the talent is just too good.
So I'm always conflicted on that, because you can't win without talent. I know I'm not telling you that. You can't win without talent, and players have agency on the court, right? So no matter how good the schematics are, players still have to execute.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think Game 4, I don't think there was anything amazingly tactical that Tom Thibodeau did. I think we always sit here and say that. I think Jalen Brunson brought him home. Karl-Anthony Towns brought him home. Mikal Bridges hit 2 huge threes in that. And the Knicks really did play excellent defense. They're not getting enough credit for the defense. Good. Damn, Mitch was not ready for that role.
Wasn't ready for that either.
All right,
They played excellent defense. Now, is it the coach's job to keep them motivated when they're down 11 so they can make that push? Yes. So I can't not give him credit in that realm. But I'm not going to say it was. I don't think that was an overly tactical win. Come on. Yo, Mitch has been a monster on the boards.
He has 4 now?
He might have 5 already.
Under 1 minute to go.
Should have played us over.
He has 7.
5 offensive rebounds.
5 offensive rebounds.
You kidding me?
See, they're going to need that against
2019
Boston.
Crowd is up yelling.
That's another thing.
Defense.
It's another thing Boston's going to attack. They're going to try to make Mitch unplayable.
Shooter gets a stolen from Brunson.
That's a great
Here we
steal.
go. Fast break. Anunoby to Hart. Oh, let's go. Knicks take the lead.
We got JD in play-by-play mode here.
Yeah,
I want to ask you about that, because when you guys started doing it at KFTV, and I always told you do a good job with it. How fun is it for you to do? Because I feel like you really enjoy doing it.
So it's funny how that whole thing started, and it's been now something that's a big part of the channel too, in terms of the content. So before I got on Knicks Fan TV, I had my own channel, JD Sports Talk on YouTube. And it's funny because I only uploaded I think I have 20 uploads or whatever it is right now. I'm checking it right now. And I have
Brunson drew a foul
something like that. But in only 20 uploads, no live streams or nothing, I had over 3,000 subscribers. These are 20 uploads of just 8 minutes, 9 minutes. I was just doing
talking, reacting,
a rumor, a trade scenario. And that's how me and CP connected. And then, but when I was having the vision of my channel, I wanted play-by-play to be a big part of it. Just because when you look at content online, people gravitate to live streams. If you build if you build a live stream audience, you can build a audience, period. And when you look around, a lot of successful channels, live streams is a big part of that. So I said, okay, how can I do live stream? Well, let me do play-by-play. It's 3 hours. I'm a guy that's highly energetic for the games as a fan. This is something that fans don't see. How can I give that? So I said, you know what? Let me do some live play-by-play. I spoke to CP about it for the Knicks Fan TV channel. And he said, let's give it a shot. Next thing you know, we did the play-by-play, and fans
like it.
Great feedback.
Yeah, you guys, you do a great job. You do great jobs with Knicks up 23-22 at the end of 1 year. You do a great job with it. I think, it's funny. I think one of the things Bryan and I talk about this too, and I'm glad to talk to you guys both about it because you guys are both Latino. On the play-by-play side, you don't see a lot of Latino brothers and sisters out there doing.
It's not just on the play-by-play side.
Well, a lot of different things in media.
This is one of the only places where you're gonna get an NBA show where it looks like this. Quite frankly,
this is true. This is true. No, and credit to KFTV as well too, and other places that are doing that. But that strikes me because there isn't a lot of Latino voices around basketball and media, around particularly in play-by-play. So having you do
we have a New York radio station that doesn't have a lot of them. or any of them really.
Oh, Sports Talk Radio?
Barely any. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have multiple. Like in New York.
I know.
Like New York City.
Yeah.
Where like we've been here
But there's
for
a lot of
hundreds
Dominicans,
of years.
a lot of Puerto Ricans.
Yeah. You know,
And
a city that cares about baseball.
don't get me started on that. Don't
You
get
know
me
what I
started on
mean?
that.
Like, but
Yo,
no, you don't want to get me started.
I
on
know,
that.
I know. While we salute and keep doing the play-by-play. You took off play-by-play, but JD will be giving us some play-by-play throughout this for folks who are watching. So I'm telling you, if it gets tight, JD's going to be here on the call, giving us some good stuff. Salute to everybody in the chat. My daughter said, "Let's go Knicks." She's on the right time. See, that's good parenting, folks. That's good parenting. Just to let y'all know, that's good parenting.
Josh Hart RA update. He has 4 rebounds, 1 assist. So third of the way there.
Third of the way there. I need more assists from him.
So
how do you like? You're a Giants fan. I did the NFL draft live stream last Thursday. My days all mixed up. Did you like what the Giants did? Did you want him to take Shador?
In that laugh, I hear that you don't like the quarterback.
You know what?
He does not like the quarterback.
No, because,
he is not here for Jackson Dart.
No, because I'm gonna give you straight up how I feel.
Give it to us.
I love the draft. I like the draft. I like the way it played out in the end. I will admit, for emotional reasons.
For emotional reasons.
That's why I want to preface it. Emotional reasons. I did want Shador Sanders.
I wanted Shador Sanders.
I wanted Shador. And here's an interesting thing. That's why I said I have to admit, because I'm usually when I pick, who I want for drafts or trades around all sports. Yeah, it's usually through an objective lens. I don't put emotion into my takes.
Right.
Well, at least I try not to.
We try not to.
I actually tweeted yesterday. Don't let emotion, dictate, evaluation. But there was just something about Shador, and I think the combination of Shador's background, and like just his story in combo with just where the Giants are. I compared it a lot emotionally to when Juan Soto came to the Yankees, because I felt that Juan Soto kind of just was a different type of player that the Yankees typically don't have on their roster. When you look at the Red Sox and they call them the dirty players with the beards and and all the tar on the bats, and like it's just their personalities. Like it wasn't the Yankee way. And I felt Juan Soto is a guy that showboats, is a guy that has swag, looks at the pitcher, has his own polarizing. Is a polarizing player, has a strong personality. He does things that is typically not the Yankee way. But the Yankees like professional players. Yeah. And looking now,
boring players.
Yeah, because
that's how they
say.
I know you're Yankee fan.
And look at the impact he had in the clubhouse, where you even saw Aaron Judge. You saw some other players open up a little bit more, have more fun. Yeah. It ultimately led to a World Series, and even this year, look, they don't even have a beard policy anymore. Don't tell me that Juan Soto, the pressure that they had something to do with that.
I think also them losing him, coming over to Queens.
And then you have the Devin Williams story. Like I just feel that Juan Soto kind of set the tone for how the Yankees are today.
Look, you sound like a rational Yankee fan who's not that mad that Juan Soto left. You know what I mean?
With the Giants, I just felt like, we need a huge culture shift. And it was just emotional. As a prospect, I have serious questions about Shador Sanders, the prospect.
Fair.
I have questions about all the quarterbacks except Cam.
I just don't. I just think it's interesting that we did not see him at all. We didn't see him in the Gruden camp. We didn't see him at the Senior Bowl. We didn't see him at the Combine. We didn't see him do any whiteboard stuff. You see a lot of reports about, his meetings didn't go well with Dable, and we even saw some specifics about actual preparation. And I don't know. I just think that there's serious questions for him as a prospect. I wanted Cam Ward. Cam Ward was my number one quarterback in the draft.
Oh my goodness!
I was praying that we found a way to get him. In the end, I think they made the right decision. Emotionally, I wanted Sanders, but they went best player available at 3, and they went with the head coach's evaluation. And if you hired him for that, you hired him because he's a quote unquote quarterback whisperer and he knows how to evaluate the quarterbacks, and that's who he wanted. You know what? Let's go with your evaluation. They better get it right, though.
I mean, yeah.
They better get it right. But
campaign.
Ooh,
See, that was a campaign
let's
shot
go.
where I'm like, what are you doing? And then I'll take it.
Oh, that's
Bad
offensive
charge.
foul. Okay, this is a big
campaign also.
There's a big moment here in the game potentially. Because look, now they're getting energy.
But
He just hit a three. Got an offensive foul.
I thought JB Bickerstaff was going to challenge that call.
He
likes to challenge calls early.
This could be potential trouble here for Detroit. But I wanted Cam Ward, man.
Yeah.
Thank you to the Colts game.
Yeah.
I wanted Cam Ward. However, if Jackson Dart hits, then this actually might be a better draft than if they would have had Cam Ward.
I mean, I think Abdul Carter will be good. So
there's that. I think he'll be a star.
Yeah. I think there's that.
Mikal.
I don't know.
Come on, McBride, open. You got to hit that. Oh, McBride has not been hitting open shots. Oh, here comes Cat.
Look at
Physical. That. No, Mitch.
Mitch has been great on the boards. Cat again, being guarded by Tobias Harris.
Play Mitch.
And
but we talked about this in the last game. We had JJ here. Even when Cat's missing, I like that he's aggressive and going at it.
You know what I don't like? I don't like
get up, Tobias.
No, I just
y'all were tough guys, right? Get up.
I just hate when I get it, NBA players get hit in the face, but can none of them take a shot
that might be
without falling?
Though. That might be an elbow to the nose.
Without falling?
Yeah.
Are you saying they're flopping?
I just think they as somebody who watches boxing, I just hate seeing a little backhand or whatever, and the person's down, and they're 6'8", 250, and they're just down and just covering their face like they died, and it's bro, come on, man. This may have been a legitimate hit,
or is he selling the move to get the refs on his side because they're so?
This is independent of Tobias Harris. I'm just saying. I'm just tired of it.
But the Pistons, but let's talk about this. I agree you're tired about it, but the Pistons were complaining at the end of the last game with the foul call, the non-call.
Well, the last 2-minute report came out, didn't it? And showed that probably should have been a foul call.
But they let a lot of stuff go in that game.
I agree.
And then they let that one.
How about everything else that led to that moment?
I was surprised they didn't call that just because the Pistons were home, and typically the home team gets that call. I was stunned they didn't call that live.
Sure. What about Josh Hart getting fouled as he's trying to go for that rebound there? He's held by Tobias Harris.
Yeah. I need to see this particular play, but I'm just tired of NBA players getting hit what appears to be lightly on the face and just being down.
And just being down for the count.
Come on, man.
Because I think they know they can sell
it's
it.
As somebody who again watches people get punched in the face all the time, mad times every single round, 3-minute intervals. You know what I mean?
Celtics play tonight.
Celtics play tonight.
Eat uppercuts and left hooks and right hooks and all these different things, and they're just there. You know what I mean? I just got done on my YouTube channel doing a film study for the fights going on this week. Teofimo Lopez's fight coming up, and he nearly popped off Steve Claggett's head last year, and it was an uppercut that just sent them just bang, and just Steve Claggett's just like this, and I'm like, bro,
Crawford.
He's 5'6", Crawford. I was Canelo up until a month or two ago.
Wait, when is that going down?
What?
Yeah, I think.
Oh man, you got a disagreement here.
You know what what the problem is with Canelo? I don't think he's in his prime anymore. And I think with Crawford, because if Canelo was in his prime, he would have knocked out Edgar Berlanga. He would have knocked out Jaime Munguia, who got knocked out by Bruno Saracen.
But I'm be honest, did he not look bored during the Berlanga fight to you? He looked bored during that fight?
Yeah, but he didn't he hasn't gotten a knockout since Caleb Plant in 2021. And since then, he lost to Dimitri Bivol, a fight that he shouldn't have taken when he was trying to move up to heavyweight. And he thought, oh, yeah, I'll just beat the weakest champion in the division.
My pushback to you would be, do you have an issue with Crawford not having fought in so long? Is that concerning?
He just does that every year. He hasn't fought twice in the year.
And then he looked great against Spence.
He hasn't fought twice in the year since 2019. Now, granted, he didn't look great last year in his fight at 154 or whatever. So,
and what would they fight?
Now, I may change my mind because, I think Crawford.
He's getting up there.
He's not his prime either.
No, I think he's still. Well, this fight will determine that. He had one performance. It was last year. Canelo's had a few performances for years now.
Fair. Also, Crawford I'm giving him a pass. He looked kind of bored in that fight too.
He's
I've been bored if I was him too.
Yeah. We'll see.
Are you excited for this fight? You look sounding you like Canelo.
I can't wait.
I just hope it's
I'll
here.
probably
I
go
just hope it's
Canelo.
here and not in Saudi Arabia because I want that fight to have a real atmosphere.
Actually, I don't even know.
I want that fight to have a
It
real
might be a
atmosphere.
fight I just want to watch.
I think
no rooting interest, just
Because
watch.
Canelo.
I've gone back and forth.
Boxer
When it started, I was like Canelo because Crawford's going up too many weight classes. And then I thought more about it. I'm like, man, Canelo just doesn't look exactly the same. That's it. Look, see, and this is the other thing. These dudes get hit in the face. They're right back up and they're playing and they don't get taken off the court.
Yo,
like,
Bryan
no.
is calling Tobias Harris soft.
No, not really.
He's
It's just
lying,
like,
he's lying to the people.
didn't LeBron do this the other day? Where he got hit in the face and then he kind of peeked up to see if he was being paid attention to. Like, I just can't stand
Here
it.
we go again. Cat versus Tobias.
Like, you could get hit in the
5 seconds in the
face
shot
and not
clock.
fall to the floor.
Turns around,
Like that.
spins, floater. Oh,
Buddy, a good touch on that.
come on, Cat.
Like, you could get hit in the face and not fall to the floor.
Mix
That's
up
my only
two.
point.
Here comes shooter. Tobias mid-range shot. That is good.
That looked good.
I guess that hit in the face woke him up.
Tie game.
Back-to-back buckets.
Well, sometimes when you get punched in the face, that's what it takes to wake up.
Right, Jack, guess so. Or you get put to sleep.
Yeah.
Come on, Mikkel. 15 seconds in the shot clock. Mikkel drives mid-range shot, and that is good.
See, that was an ISO I didn't mind
Knicks lead by 2.
because it was Tim Hardaway Jr. on defense.
I would like to see Mikal do some more of that.
They cleared out. They gave him enough space. He got to the
Shooter.
right spot. He didn't try to do too much either. He was quick. They need to be quick. If you're going to do isolation, you have to be quick with these
Shooter
decisions.
drives. Oh, my God. Did he make that?
Ooh.
Come on,
Man,
man.
that was good defense by him.
That was good defense by McBride. Good follow-up by Mitch, and still.
Yo, the Knicks right now, and we haven't seen this in a while, folks, 11 points off the bench.
Come on, Mikkel. Make that.
That'll be 13.
Yo, how many does he have? Rebounds.
Gotta be
Mitchell
10 now.
Robinson.
Mitchell
Gotta be
Robinson.
You serious?
Having a monster
Yeah,
game.
that was rebound. And you know how many offensive rebounds he has?
Shooter.
8.
Drives.
8.
Floater. No
Make sure
good.
I updated.
During with the
Sorry,
offensive
nine
rebound.
rebounds, 7 offensive.
Tobias to Shooter. Open 3. No good.
9 rebounds, 7 offensive from Mitch.
Here comes Payne. You know Payne gonna want to pull up.
Yeah.
There's nothing he don't see.
This
as-
ball ain't going to
He's
nobody.
gonna want to pull up. See, I told you.
Yo, we all saw
said-
that coming.
we're like, this ball ain't
Oh,
going
man.
to
Here
Here
nobody.
comes Tobias.
Oh, there's too much space. I'm surprised he didn't take it, though.
Tobias one-on-one against
Oh,
Tobias.
this is
Hey,
why.
guys, that's why.
Tobias squares up,
That's too
goes
easy.
up,
Too
and
easy.
that's
Yeah.
good.
Too easy.
I mean, he defended without fouling.
Tie.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much
Game.
Payne could do there with the size. There's not much he could do.
And then if you overhelp, there's a
7
shooter.
straight
Right?
points for
Timeout
Tobias
on the
Harris.
floor. 31 up.
Another good Tobias Harris game. He'll inevitably fall away.
Oh,
Fall,
See,
boy.
Tobias Harris
He'll
also
fade in the second
yeah,
half.
I'm not worried about him in the second half. 31 up.
Detroit is the Knicks are 1 for 9 for 3. Detroit is 4 of 14. We talked about the 3-point battle. We've talked about it a lot
I
in
thought
this series.
Detroit would have shot better in the series, Brian.
They
not.
they have up until last game. They were 38% until last game where they were 24% from 3. But I just think it's something to watch because Detroit's going to try again. If you're the less talented team in today's NBA, you're going to try to generate as much 3-point volume as possible to try to gummy up the math a little bit.
Yep.
The Knicks have to be able to withstand like a decent shooting performance. You don't have to outshoot Detroit from 3 necessarily because you can actually score inside the paint with guys who, like Mikal Bridges, we just saw him pull up from the mid-range area. You have other guys that can drive and things of that nature. But, you're going to have to make some shots too. 1 for 9 is not going to cut it from 3.
Yo, if we lose tonight, back on that Tibbs train.
You're gonna be on the train. You're gonna be the conductor. Ask me, we on the train. You're gonna
You
be
gotta
the
win
conductor.
tonight, Tibbs. Stop playing, man.
You're gonna be the conductor. I'll tell you what.
Yo, we lose
I'll tell
tonight.
you what.
It's a disappointing loss, man.
The-
We cannot lose tonight.
Oh man,
It
Here
ain't
we
a
go.
must win.
Here-
It's not a must win.
But you see, I do think tonight matters for the fan base.
it matters.
I do.
It stamps it.
Because of what I said. They have not closed out a series at home since 1999. The players don't care nothing about this because it's past.
They just want to close it, though.
But for the fan, yeah, they should want to close
Yeah,
it.
you don't-
for all the reasons.
Well,
the
look,
refs
and
and all this stuff.
historically,
you
like, it
don't
means something.
you don't want to go back to Detroit.
No,
Because here's the thing, too. Detroit didn't win at home in the
Right.
series.
don't give them any life, and then that their fans want to see them get a win at home. You're right.
I think a lot
And then
of
there's
people,
also the thing of, are they going to lose 3 at home? So you start to
That's
think.
why.
You start to
See,
think
yeah.
they get a jolt at home.
Right.
It's
They
like
ebbs and flows,
Right.
laws of averages. Are we back to a game 7 at the like? No.
yeah.
That's why tonight
And I think
is important.
I think there are some people like I wouldn't be surprised if like sharp bettors, for example, and there's a lot of people on Pistons plus 5.5 to just cover. But I wouldn't be surprised if they won this game and then people were like, yo, the Pistons are pushing this to 7. I'm not saying I'd go there because I don't.
Look at
it's
his
happening.
face.
No, I'm just
You
saying.
want no parts
bro,
of this.
No, because
That's
listen,
and look
listen.
to his point though. That's not good for Tibbs if that
Because,
happens.
like it's like what you said. Every series, even like you mentioned, even
Yeah.
if you win a series 4-1, if it's whatever it is, has its story. Like every
Yes.
4-1
Yeah, absolutely.
series is
Yes.
not a 4.
Everything's
It's not
it's
what
not
the
all
numbers
equal.
usually
Right.
say.
It's not all equal.
You
right.
lose tonight. Guess what the narrative turns? Well, if the refs would have just called that foul,
Detroit
would
would
the series
Detroit would
be?
be up 3-2
like
with a chance
you
to
see
close
how,
to 6.
like psychologically, the story changes.
Listen,
Somebody I work with at Action made the case.
And if you let this go 7,
Yeah. Somebody I work with at Action Network made the case like the Pistons should be up 3-1. Or they might have even said the Pistons should have swept them by now just because of the circumstances of all the different games, which I don't think that's a game you can necessarily play, but the Pistons have been in every game, I think is the larger point.
they have. You want to see
you let it go 7.
And
You
I
let-
thought
you let this go 7, Tibbs got to win the next series.
I
How
had
about
Knicks.
that?
I had Knicks in 6 going into the series, but I thought the Knicks would have won by 1 or 2 blowouts.
You want to sell me on that? Oh, but if they
No.
if they lose
If-
4-1,
if they-
but every game is a 2-point game,
agree.
and they just went 7.
I agree. If they go 7 with it, it's not a good look for Tibbs. I'm not saying that it is. That's not what I'm saying.
At 6 probably might not be the best, but I would think that's.
I
minor.
think it's important for this team in their development, which I've been preaching that it takes time. They changed 3 new starters, all the stuff to take care of business.
Do you
And
care?
You think
I think
the
it's
other
important.
series? Do you think that matters as well? In other words, say we, this thing goes 6,
Soft
but the
layup.
Celtics go out tonight and smoke the Magic, and the Pacers take care of. Like, do you think that matters in evaluation where a front office looks how the rest of the conference, the favorites took care of business,
well,
and then we're here still struggling?
Yeah, it does to me because of the fact that, let's keep it real. When you're a front office, doesn't matter which team it is, you're trying to beat the champions. You're trying to dethrone who's ahead of you. So if you're trying to close the gap and compete with them, if you look at how they compete, granted they have won a championship. That's not what you want to see from Cat against Tobias Harris. When they won a championship, you got to try to close that gap in any way that you can.
Yeah.
So
We haven't heard much from Cat today.
no, we have not, which has been a little bit disappointing. But listen, I'm not going crazy about it. 6:11 to go. Knicks are down to 33-31. And for the people that thought Brunson was the best player in the series, they got the numbers on the screen showing you that he has been. Yes, it does matter because you want to get to that championship level. You have to look at what the people are doing on that championship level to close. And championship teams close out. I'm not saying the Knicks are a championship team. I'm just saying if you want to get to that level, you got to start building some good habits. And that's closing
that's
out
the
a team
travel.
when you're up 3-1.
Did they call that? No, they didn't.
At home.
Milwaukee's up 4 with 1 minute 19 left.
Yeah, they might steal this one against the Pacers.
This would be wow.
Pacers came back too in Milwaukee. But I had this over 5.5 games.
So you look at you looking out for your money.
Wait, I actually want to ask a question. Are you concerned? Are you guys concerned at how much Jalen Brunson's had to carry this offense this series?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Personally, it's not what I'd like to see.
It's a little more heliocentric than I would have thought they needed him to
good
be.
defense.
You know?
Oh, Cat got pushed. No call there.
Bridges drive.
Bridges to the basket. I was
That-
shocked by that.
That's not a goaltending. I thought that hit the backboard. And Hardaway with the what a
They called a
stupid foul
foul?
by Cat.
Yeah, they
I
did.
thought Cat pulled his hand back.
Every cat foul, just
That's a
his
dumb
hands are
foul.
out every single time.
I thought that hit the backboard. That hit the backboard. That was a
Good
goaltend.
eye.
Yeah, good eye, JD.
Good
You was
eye.
you were
I
on
did
there.
not.
Oh man, that's that play-by-play.
You was on, yeah. You was on that line. You was on that line.
Let's go.
Yo, JD
man.
was on that. That should have been
I
a
was
bucket.
like, what?
Also, I was so shocked.
I've been
that
told
Mikal
that should have been a ref.
Yeah.
I actually was a baseball umpire growing up.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, I did some little league baseball umpiring. So
Man,
that's just some.
I like Mikal going to the basket though. 14-4 run for Detroit over the last.
Cat has
4
how
minutes
many
plus.
fouls now? Let me see.
Wake up, Tibbs.
Wake up tips.
Two fouls for Cat. I thought he had 3.
Oh man, Now we down 5. Here we go. OG down the lane.
Good touch.
What a tough shot from OG Anunoby.
I thought he'd have a good game today.
101
I thought Mikal would
99
too.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, we got an eye on Milwaukee and Indiana also. And he just hit a shot with a minute left to go. Oh, that's a
Cade
tough
Cunningham
screen.
during
Again with that pass.
Oh,
I'm
man,
telling you.
they got to keep an eye on.
I'm telling you.
Sir Thompson. Durden's been killing them.
And I wasn't before the series, I'm like, man, I'm wondering if he's gonna hit this pass because the Knicks do give that up sometimes, like these backdoor cuts.
That's one of their biggest weaknesses. They get beat too much back door.
OG
And that's gonna be a
strength,
problem.
bro.
That's gonna be a problem with Boston because Al Horford could hit that pass.
OG being physical. Here comes McKay. Oh, get that out of here!
Yeah, block party.
Oh, that was a risk.
I think Cat
Like
flopped
Cat.
there. I think he flopped there.
Yeah, we've seen 2 good blocks by Wingstop today.
Here comes Brunson. 1-on-1 against Cade. Oh, Brunson brings it back. You see what I'm saying? Like right there, how he tried, but he couldn't. So he has to bring it back.
Yeah.
A Cade does that move, and he's gone.
And Cat didn't give him.
Those are the little nuances.
Cat also didn't give him good enough of a pick. That's what you're gonna say.
The screen was weak. Like he just pushed Tobias beforehand, and then when he actually
Tee him
went
up.
to set the screen, he didn't do much. I've never seen Tobias Harris talk this much.
3 fouls for Dale Durden.
In this series, I've never seen him talk as much as he has this series.
Oh, soft ass Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton's down.
Soft.
He was just talking. What happened?
Hey, we got size 9 here in the chat. Says, I think he's talking about you, JD. He said you're the guy who hates tips. I'm like, that's not the perception. He's like, this should be interesting. Once Robinson left, no
Cat
rebounds,
one-on-one.
no defense.
He's gonna shoot.
No, there's different levels of people, not being fans
That's
of
an
someone.
assist.
Oh,
OG with 7 straight
downtown.
That looked good.
You
Big
got the
buckets.
fans that really do want him gone and will just bring up anything. I'm not on that.
11 for OG.
Nah, I don't think you have that.
Hell no. There's fans that wouldn't mind us seeing us lose just to complete that objective. That's
interesting.
That's insane to me.
That's ridiculous.
That's
mentality.
crazy.
But
That could never be.
that
Man.
was ticky tack there.
Mm-hmm.
OG's been big. Lonnie Meek said once Robinson left, no rebounds, no paint defense.
Play Mitch Moore. Let's go.
Yeah, we've been saying it.
Come
Like,
on. 2-point game in
I
Indiana.
wonder how that look is going to be in the Boston series, but in this series, I think they need more of the Cat Mitch, and even Mitch without Cat at times.
I happen to agree with that. Do you think they're calling more fouls tonight? Then they're calling it tighter. We got it. Who's Durden's got 3?
I think there
Cat's
hasn't
got
even been
2.
much that's
Cat
been
has
called. Like,
2.
what's the free throw? What's
Disparity?
the free throw between both
let's
teams?
see.
I don't even
It's not.
think-
You know what it is though. It's not always.
9 trips for Detroit and 7 for the Knicks.
Yes.
That's regular. It's not always he missed both. It's
But
not.
even 9 to
It's not always the
7,
free throws though, because in this series you're seeing particularly a lot of fouls just like on the ground, away, not shooting, not an act of shooting,
Oh my
like
God.
that.
Thank you.
like
on
literally
Schroeder?
that.
Is that
Tie
Cunningham?
game in Indiana.
It's going to OT. Oh, I thought it was going to OT.
It might.
103 to
Halliburton.
103.
Oh, that's on Cade. I was almost
That
thought
was
it might be a
terrible
shoulder.
defense by Gary Trent Jr. What? I think he thought he had help, but he did not. And to be fair, Pascal just grabbed Kevin Porter Jr. in the paint from behind.
Freaking
Who?
Pacers got another. They
That-
have an easier road. Although,
Kalen Clark is there.
let's
Just in the
see-
cut.
Let's see what the Cavs are really about next round.
Maybe the Pacers upset him. I don't know.
No, but I
Alright,
think
here
they'll give
comes
him a
Cat.
run. I think
In the
that series will
post
be a lot
again.
of fun.
It's third time the charm.
Oh, my
Cat.
God.
Oh, look at Cat. Oh.
He's tired of people trying him.
Oh.
He's tired of people trying him. I think because a lot of
You
dudes
know
in
what I
the
like?
league-
You know what I
Oh.
like that he did here? Because the help from Durden.
Get
Thompson
off
came, he
him.
went right through him.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that from Cat. I like
Little.
that. Yeah, he should have gave him the 2 little sign.
Cat was being grabbed too from behind.
Yeah.
Cade-
Yo, I got to
Cade
give
pushed.
Cade Cunningham a lot of credit in this series because one thing he's been doing is very mature.
yeah.
Whenever his guys get in the shit,
He's been the vet.
He
he's like,
pushed Ron-
he's being the one like he's like, yo,
Yo,
nah.
he pushed
chill,
Ron
chill.
He's been the
Holland
vet. He's not a
away.
vet.
I'm like, yo, I see that from Cade. Like, I
Detroit's
respect that.
Detroit's gonna be just fine.
See,
They'll be
now
just
the
fine.
crowd is energized. They're up 1, and that type of
So
move by
how
Cat.
important are these last 3 minutes of the quarter
Very,
though?
very, because sometimes they have not
They're
come
not
out in the third
closed well.
quarter. They haven't closed quarters well, and sometimes in that third quarter they don't come out ready.
That's a tough drive, Cade. Jeez, he was defended well also. And he's getting back on defense, running with OG. Milwaukee.
OG's going to come back on him. OG.
Good hands.
Cat.
That's money.
Center court 3.
Dang.
Dang.
Indy and Milwaukee going to overtime, by the way.
Wow.
Giannis missed a turnaround jumper.
Here we go. Knicks up 2.
I don't think that bodes well for
Schroeder
Milwaukee.
to the rim.
Oh, that was too easy.
Scores.
Too easy.
Tie game.
Mikal
with 2
overplayed him
minutes,
to his
33
right
seconds
side.
to
Right
go.
side. Yep.
Mikal overplayed him to his right side. I don't know if he thought a screen was coming, but he just got beat. Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to check in now. I think you like
Oh,
that.
here comes
Max.
Cat again. Now Cat getting in the groove.
That's not a foul?
Where's the foul?
Wow. I like Cat.
Cat is too out of control on these
Here
drives.
comes Schroeder. Schroeder hits the 3.
Like, if he's too out of control, they're not always going to give him a call. That's the other thing. He needs to, like, just drive and not, like, flail around, so to speak.
7 this quarter for Schroeder.
What's this?
Hand check foul.
Yep. Got a foul call here.
Oh, come
It's on
on.
Schroeder. Tibbs kind of was calling for that. OG's been trying to use his size inside, which I like.
You know, I don't like when hand checks get called because I want some physicality. He's so. Does Cat have any? Hold on.
That should be a foul.
He has 1-3. All right, I need another for the over 1.5 threes.
All right, here comes Cat again.
I just want to see him
15
get a little
seconds. Get down in the
deeper
post.
position. See, that's why. He should have deeper
There's the
post
foul.
He
position.
got fouled there.
Call
See,
that
that
foul.
one he got legitimately. Tobias wants
Nah.
a challenge. Don't tempt JB. He might use
Yeah,
it.
you know,
It's an awful challenge last game. Look, they want him to challenge it. The Knicks fan behind him.
Brian and I can't stand everybody doing this.
Yeah.
We can't stand it. Like,
Players
I
should
feel
get a
like
text.
no players should do. I'm with Brian.
Yeah.
If you do it, you get a text.
Just
Yo,
get a
they're
tech.
wrong more than half the time.
I agree.
Seriously.
Except the Knicks have a fantastic record of doing it because the Knicks video team has been on it this year. I don't want no players should be able to signal. Don't do it.
And just don't listen to your players also.
Don't listen to your players.
You know,
Look down the
Except,
bench.
like you
Look
could
at your
listen
video guy.
listen to like Chris Paul. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, word.
Not
know-
Draymond Green.
Nah. Yeah, the emotionally high-headed guys.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like-
Most of the times they're wrong.
yeah, like Steph, he probably doesn't do it a lot.
Yeah, like
I don't
sometimes you get caught with the player that usually doesn't argue,
yeah, right.
and then they come and then you're like, okay.
You're like, okay,
maybe-
that
Like-
guy. He,
Like if LeBron does it, just don't even look at him.
oh,
like,
wow, Cat missed a second.
Knicks down 2.
10
Under
lead
2
changes.
minutes
Look
to
at
go
that.
here in the second quarter.
10 lead changes.
Crowd is chanting defense.
Cat could give
Bias
Asar a
gets the
little more
screen.
room.
1-on-1 against Cat in isolation.
Mm.
Goes left, loses his dribble. Malik Beasley, deep 3. No good.
Oh, wow.
Rebound Harris. Hardaway, fadeaway,
Uh-uh,
mid-range
that's
shot.
off.
No good.
Oh, that's
Another
tough.
offensive rebound and the foul. The Knicks can't get the
Swin Thompson had
defensive
himself a
board.
good
These games have been so good.
Here
like
we go.
so
We're
tough.
We're headed for another one, Dexter.
That's not what you wanted, though. You didn't want a relaxing night. You wanted a relaxing night.
To be
You
fair,
wanted some. You
to be
wanted some
fair,
peace.
To be fair, he expected this to some extent.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like we were talking about
Yeah.
it before.
I mean,
JD is like, yo, like
Jay's like, yo, this is gonna be stressful.
come on,
I already know it.
man.
legitimately, yeah.
This is
And he can't hit free throws tonight.
So
So,
that's a good foul then.
yeah, it's fine. Tobias crossed himself over. You saw that?
He did.
He tried
know,
to cross Cat over.
yeah. I will say I'm
Foul.
disappointed in this first half so far.
You should be.
because,
You
you
should
know,
be.
now we're in game 5 of this series, and I think at some point,
Oh my god.
a lot of the talk has been, listen, it's physical, blah blah blah. Okay, like we're in game 5 now. Can the talent now take over, and can we just take this home and win the series?
I thought
think that's more
I
than
said
fair.
I think it's more than fair. But
It's like, okay, cool, let's feel it out. Okay, we're up 3-1 now, so now our
Nice.
talent needs to take over, and we need to put them away.
But this has played out the way I kind of thought it would. I thought it'd be a tight first half. I think Knicks are gonna have a good third quarter, and I think they'll put the steam away. That's how I felt this game was gonna be. Detroit was gonna go down without a fight. I think the Knicks how they come out in the third quarter is gonna be very telling.
They got Josh Hart on Dennis. They wanted
Oh,
OG off.
turnover! Here comes Brunson
Plus, you got numbers.
pushing the ball. Brunson down
And
the
then Scott Ball,
lane.
that's wow.
Block. by Thompson and Carl Anthony
That's great.
Towns.
That's great control. can't with the celebration
he
like
was
this.
a fool, man. Knicks up 2.
I get why people don't like him.
You don't like him if he's on your
Hardaway
team.
pulls up from 3. That's a terrible shot.
Well, I'll tell y'all.
Dexter
about that,
knew
man.
that was going to be.
But
a miss.
I've been
It's
telling
not
y'all
even-
about that, man.
It's not even the second half, and he's already,
That's a good block.
Oof.
LeBron-esque chase
That one,
down block.
yeah, they didn't show the cat finish. The cat, that was a good adjustment by
LeBron-esque.
Cat midair.
Got
It was.
1.2K on Twitter or X.
X. That's the place. The place where the people are.
Yeah.
Place where the
yeah,
people
exactly.
are,
Yeah, we got people watching on Twitter. We got people watching on YouTube.
Cat got a
Facebook.
he
Bunch
got-
of places. We
Cat got a
people watching.
Jokic cut on his shoulder. The Jokic cut, because Jokic gets cut every freaking game he plays on his arms. His arms are always bleeding after every game.
Here we go.
Can the Knicks push this
20
lead?
seconds left in the first half. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brunson drives and he's fouled.
I think they're calling too many
the
fouls
free
in
throw
this
line
game.
for
That's
two.
a
Now
foul.
you think they're too
That's a
many
foul. But I liked when they let them play last game.
Here we go.
I did like how the game was.
I thought the
officiated
flow
last
was way better last game than this game. This is too much start stop for
game.
me.
I agree with you. I
Too
do
much.
agree with you 100% on this. We love the officiating last game.
Yeah, I don't think the officiating's unfair because I think both teams are getting mostly well-deserved calls, but I think there's too many calls. Brunson 1 for 7 from the floor, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine. He'll get his cape at halftime.
Hey.
A third missed free throw of the game.
3 for
though.
6 from free throw.
Third missed free throw of the game. I gotta look at some of my props, man, because
Me too. I
some
need
people
another
to
cat.
step up.
I need another cat 3. He's driving well, but I need a 3-pointer. Hey, Milwaukee's still, by the way, 109, 106. They're up. 2 minutes left. Overtime. So he made 1.
I need one more Josh Hart assist to go with the Mitch plus his 5 assists, Mitch 5 plus rebounds. Mitch already has 9 rebounds.
Josh Hart has 9 RA. I need
Here's an adjustment for you,
7
JD.
more.
Mitch got 9 rebounds in this game. You saw who was it in the chat? Lonnie Meek said, once Robinson left, no rebounds, no paint defense. Should an adjustment be to maybe play Mitch a little bit more in the second half?
You have to. I mean, like you mentioned, you want them to put them away, right? So, you're the head coach. You're gonna have to. Come on.
Mitch
That alone gives them 10 minutes in the second half. Just that alone, just by him
I
going like
agree.
this.
Just flexing on him.
Just flex it.
Just
All right,
flexing
Mitch.
on him.
Automatic 10.
I like Mitch has had a really good
Second half is 24 minutes. All right, you're getting 10. And then we're going to give you 8 more for your rotation. That's 18.
They took Mitch out just now.
But
That's
no,
no sub
in all
offense
seriousness,
defense.
he in the second half, you have to, I think, extend his minutes, especially if he comes in the second half and those are productive minutes and he's following up from his effective first half. You have to use that dominance and let the Knicks take the game away because they were very good in his minutes and he's rebounding the basketball, controlling the paint.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what they need in the second half to put this team away.
Final shot.
8 seconds. Knicks up 1, 5, 4, 3, 2. That's a terrible play. As soon as Jalen Brunson stopped his dribble,
Yeah, agree.
you're stopping your dribble with 4. Like you're stopping your dribble with 4 seconds
mad.
left, and
He's
you're
mad
looking
himself.
for the play.
NBA players in general, I don't know when this started. but
Halftime.
NBA players pick up their dribble too early now. This shit is so annoying. It's like they get across half court and then they just stop and they're looking at who they're going to pass it to, and the defender's just kind of like, yo, yeah, you could pass it to him. I don't care.
Well, here we go. Knicks up 1, and
Still
we're
winning?
we're heading to another cardiac affair.
Nah, man. You know what? I'm trying to put the good vibes out there. I think, again, I'm not going to say how much. I'm going to say how easy. I just think in the second half, they're going to figure some things out. Yeah, you're going to be, and then you're going to
You're
be.
talking like this is about to be a 15-point game.
I'm not saying that. I didn't. Don't try to put
Yeah,
that. Don't
you're
try to
saying,
put some numbers on me.
no, we're good. They're going to put it away.
I think they're going to figure some things out. I think your coach, your guy, Tom Thibodeau, your boy Tom Thibodeau, is going to, he might make some adjustments here, and you might be singing his praises in the post game.
I hope so.
You hope
I hope so.
Look at this. Look at this.
I would love it.
Detroit shooting splits 39, 28, 62. New York 41, 25, 58.
How many 3-point attempts we shot to them?
3 for 12 for the Knicks,
And
5
they-
for 18 for
18,
Detroit.
5. Okay, Detroit is +5,
6
+6
in attempts.
in attempts.
in attempts.
And
Yeah,
+2 in
plus
makes.
6.
So +6 in terms of points. From
Yep.
Yeah.
18 to 12.
Free throws are the same.
We're shooting what? Is that 40%? 40.8?
Yeah, 40.8.
Just under 41%.
And then Detroit
So
is
both
18 of
teams-
46 right now.
Both teams are not shooting well.
not shooting well. You think you might shoot a little better at home. Some of the role players shoot a little better at home. Maybe get a boost from McBride off the bench. The Knicks getting a boost from Robinson off the bench is huge here.
Mhm.
So
It's going to be
We'll see what
interesting how
happens.
he handles the rotation in the second half because McBride is 1 for 4, 0 of 2 from 3 in the first half.
yep.
I would have wanted, you would have hoped that he had a good first half to give the head coach some confidence to play you in the second half. Because when we're talking about putting the team away, now you're putting a lot of pressure on the starters to do
You
that.
are. And we know how Tibbs can get with that. The minutes police are going to be out and watching.
Everybody playing 22 of the next 24.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's not a recipe for success.
Yeah, because now, listen, we've played half the game, and now, there's some, mental pressure because now you're like, okay, we're going for the second half. We don't want to go to Detroit.
That's why I think the start of third quarter, first 4 minutes is so important. We're going to step aside. We're going to take a quick break so we can stretch our legs, do what we got to do. Stick with us on the stream. We got JD from Knicks Fan TV. My guy Bryan Fonseca here with me with second half of the game where I'm telling y'all, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm just saying I think Knicks going to make some adjustments. We're going to try and get JD, believe me. Catch us for the second half. We'll be right back in a little bit. What do we saw? We saw Abdul Carter. We saw Russell Wilson. We saw Justin Fields. A lot of people.
John Stewart.
John Turturro. A lot of people in the building.
Yeah, man.
For
this is
game
it.
5.
This
So,
is it.
let's see.
Second half.
Second halftime. Knicks took a 1-point lead in the halftime. I said they would make some adjustments and come out better.
Oh, wow.
JD tried to make it sound like I said it was going to be an easy 15-point win.
They've had a bad habit of coming out and going directly into isolation.
Oh, look at that. On
they
cue.
didn't do that this
On
time.
cue, right? Look at that.
For the over.
Bang!
Look at that.
that
was
On cue for the New York Knicks. Coming out the third quarter, not ready to play in the first possession. Look at that.
They've done that, I feel like.
Who you blaming that on?
I'm like,
Who you blaming that on?
I'm not
You're not gonna
falling
say
for
his
the
name?
bait. I'm not falling for the bait.
That's been a recurring thing this
Let's
series.
watch a few more possessions. I'm not falling for the bait.
There's been a recurring thing this series.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna say the coach's name. You didn't want to say the coach's name.
We could.
Little. It's
We
one
can.
possession.
Out of
and
bounds, Nick Ball.
Detroit turns it over, so they didn't come out ready either on their first possession.
Yep, that means we're going to see another slugfest.
Come on,
in the
man.
second
Come
half.
on, Knicks. Come on, Knicks.
Knicks
Knicks.
has got to figure some things out, man. Got to figure some things out.
Come on, Knicks. I want to celebrate after this.
That's a
Come
foul.
on.
Immediately, just start, stop.
Mm-hmm.
That is a foul, though. Asar Thompson hasn't had a fun time this series.
And he was talking about how he'd be ready to guard Jalen Brunson, but that's not always been the case.
He's mentally ready. He's not physically ready.
Oh, Brunson. That's a tough shot.
That was good
Oh,
defense
God.
there from him, to be fair.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
that was good pass.
Oh,
That's an excellent pass.
yeah. He's the only one that could have gotten that there.
You need to see more from Mikal, man. He needs to wake up a little bit.
I don't like what Mikal did there. You had
Because
numbers.
Brunson,
and you
OG,
just-
that's a tough shot. If he
But
makes
That's
that,
good.
oh my
I don't like
God.
that.
OG Anunoby.
Mikal drove into three people for what?
And just to hand it off.
I guess.
Let's see how the Celtics do. Stay
Oh,
open.
boy.
Oh, that's Dexter's boy.
Not my boy.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
He's doing Tim Hardaway Jr. things. I try to tell y'all. Doing
If Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to shoot early in the shot clock, and if you're the Knicks, you're like, we remember that. Go ahead.
Remember that well. There's your boy, Tibbs. Looking confused.
He better not.
You can't be.
Here comes Jalen Durham.
Oh, God.
Oh, Dexter's boy. Oh, my
See, that was in rhythm.
It is due for one.
Durham.
A blind squirrel finds a nut.
What is he?
Another
He's 1 for 6, so literally his one.
one.
The one first made 3.
Come on,
Two of
Mikal. What's Mikal night looking like?
Only one bucket for Mikal, I
Oh, my
believe, tonight.
God, Mikal. Come on,
Yeah, I
Mickey.
need-
Carl Anthony Towns. Oh, he had the shot, though.
He did.
Oh, Mikal.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't need to pass.
Come
that.
on, Mikal.
Oh no! What is
Uh-oh.
OG? Please tell me you're fixing your sneaker.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Tim Hardaway's down.
This,
too.
this is what Brian. This is what
Bro,
Brian's talking about.
any
Look at him
this,
down on the floor.
Any this or this?
I don't
Yeah,
even
I
know what
know.
happened.
And it's like, we're thinking the worst.
They collided into each other.
Thank God.
That could be a contusion. if
Because
you're not
we saw
careful.
Dame.
Yeah, we want you thinking the worst. Any of
That
that.
Dame thing
Oh.
was.
And if somebody who's torn their Achilles,
the
I
Dame thing didn't
know.
even look like that.
That's a bummer.
Come on, Magic. Magic up 11-8. Score, Orlando.
I hope Dame is able to get back healthy for at least a season.
Let's go, Orlando.
Oh, so OG was crouched,
and he was fixing his shoe.
and Tim Hardaway just ran into him. He didn't see him.
That should
Let's
be
go,
a foul.
Orlando.
He didn't expect them to be, crouched over. Look at that back door. Asar Thompson was ready there too. He was right underneath the basket. No
This
one
is
saw
not
him.
the start I was talking about, people.
Asar Thompson crept underneath the basket. No one saw him. Look at this.
Yep. Not the start I wanted.
Cade is so poised, man.
Not what I wanted.
See, look at Brian. Cade is so poised, man. Already falling for it.
He's good.
So is he better than
Uh-oh,
Brunson?
Brian.
No.
Brian is not on the propaganda train.
No. I think Cade has to get to Towns first before he can get to Brunson.
See, I happen to agree.
Especially in late game situations. He turns over the ball too much. Oh, wow.
That's another foul on OG.
Damn. I mean, if he becomes a good defender, then that's a problem.
Which I think he has the tools to become a solid defender.
A lot of guys in the NBA got tools, though. That's the thing.
That's true. This is true.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say?
Yeah, OG didn't protect the basketball.
He did not.
Knicks down 4. Come on. Here comes
Underneath
Cade
the basket
Durant.
again, underneath the basket.
Saying to watch that. They've been exploiting it.
Knicks down 6.
Asar just stands there until the play develops, and then it's like, all right, Josh
Timeout.
Hart's gonna push up.
8-0
timeout.
run. Yeah, I know. Don't be looking at me now. Don't look at me now. I didn't say nothing. That was wrong.
Unbelievable.
I said I thought they'd come out and figure some things out. They're still in the figuring. They're still in the figuring part.
Yeah, we're still in the figuring it out.
Yeah, see what JD is doing right here is JD is getting ready for the Tom Thibodeau slander. You are warming up the engine.
No, man, we just gotta raise the stakes, man. Like, come on, like this is a closeout game. You know, as I mentioned in the first quarter, you get that grace, right?
Mm-hmm.
You figuring it out. It's a tough game, so you're acknowledging that as a team. You're dealing with the clincher goosebumps, if any of that exists, with the adversity of a team that's desperate, right?
Yep.
A young team that's desperate. But I feel like once you weather that storm, which is a popular term on first
weather the
quarters,
storm.
You weather the storm. And I don't know that I can't believe we would say that at home that we're weathering storms, but
Nothing
once
easy.
it's like I would think a team would be coming out in the third quarter and say, okay, enough's enough. Like, and I keep going to it. The talent.
But that's what
when
I
is the
thought.
talent going to take over? When is so it's like here we are as of this moment. It looks like it's going to be another grounded out ball game.
But see, my thing is, if your team ends up winning 4-1 in the Knicks and they have 4 grinded out wins, is that a bad thing? Is that really I think it could be a good thing.
It's
especially if Boston's next.
It would depend against Boston. Because if we get smoked against Boston,
then
what
did it mean?
They're gonna look back at the Pistons and say, "Look,
I'm just trying to make sure."
Yeah, people are just
trying to make sure JD's got his victory cigar.
I'm ready.
I'm not gonna say who made this victory cigar. Let me actually hide that. But it does have the wonderful Dominican flag on it.
Yep.
So he's out
Great
here.
flag.
He's repping for his people.
I'm ready. See, I'm ready.
Do you like the victory cigar as a stress relief if they do lose? Do you still like the cigar? You can't light the cigar. It's only for victory. You can't do that.
No, just save it for the end of the
look. That's why you have it
end of
here.
the series.
It's in the plastic.
The plastic.
It's nice, right?
Yeah, if
Save
not,
it
you
for the
throw
end
it
of the
back in the
series.
humidor and you
Yeah,
keep
man.
moving.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm not gonna open that until we win the series.
Yeah, I think that's how you do it.
That's fair.
And if we go on to the next round and we beat the Celtics, might need to take me to the hospital because I'm smoking a whole pack.
Yeah, well, if you beat the
Literally,
Celtics,
there's going to be more than one cigar.
If you're going to have multiple cigars if they beat the Celtics, what are you going to do if they win the championship?
If they win there's a lot of funny jokes about what's going to need to happen in terms of, call it a National Guard and all that stuff that people are saying if the Knicks ever win.
It's coming. You're going to have to want to be out there by the Garden.
I mean, I remember when the
Are
Giants.
It might be a little too crazy for some people.
When the Giants won the Super Bowl,
I want to be around it.
That parade.
When the
Yeah,
Giants won the Super Bowl,
Look, I mean,
I went to
sure.
Times Square and I literally I went overnight until the next day, and there was the whole night.
Wow.
It was traffic. The whole streets were stopped by the fans, and people were there.
Which
the next
one?
Day.
The first or the second one, or the recent one?
The first one.
The first one.
The first one.
Did you go to the parade?
Yes.
See,
Everything.
the Knicks
I did everything on the first.
Of all the New
It's
York
cold that day,
teams,
I remember.
of all the New York
It's
teams
cold.
to win the
I have
title
it on my
next,
Facebook videos. It's. I went. It was overnight. I was there the whole night.
That's a very New York thing.
of all the New York teams to win a title next, I think the Knicks would have the craziest parade.
I agree.
I think the Mets will be second.
I agree. We had this conversation. I had this conversation with somebody the other day.
I think
I
the Mets
said
would be
Knicks
second.
1, Mets 2,
Yeah.
Jets probably 3.
Yeah.
Mid-range shot by Mikel. No good.
Good
Rebound.
rebound.
Cade. Uh-oh.
This.
Oh,
You know, now I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get all the hate.
There's still time.
It's so early.
There's still time. Yeah. I mean, I don't love that Jalen Brunson's 1 for 8.
I don't worry about that.
But
with Jalen Brunson. We know what he can do late.
But you know he's gonna go 4 for 6 at some point. That's that's too easy though. Of
Back
a
a
look.
rebound. Mikel. Here come the Knicks. Josh Hart. Come on, be aggressive. Hart down the lane and scores.
I like it, Hart.
He has 9 rebounds and assists.
Knicks down 4. Here we go.
Orlando's
Crowd
up, by the
is
way.
on their feet.
How much?
19-12 in the first quarter, so it doesn't mean much. But who knows?
Here comes Cade Cunningham. Down the lane.
Oh,
They're going to call the
OG.
foul.
He got his arm.
Is that 3 on OG?
Maybe. This is a great drive by Josh Hart. Got the bump too. And he pointed at the ref.
Was he pointing at the ref or somebody else?
I thought he pointed at the ref because he got bumped, but maybe not. I don't know. But that's a Stephen A.
Oh,
Smith?
Stephen A's right.
Yeah, we both.
Your boy
it's funny.
Stephen A's.
He's
there.
not even in focus, and we both identified him like nothing.
Who's he saying that to?
What's that?
To Brunson?
Yeah.
Show Brian.
What happened?
To Jay.
Yo, I'm telling you, like I think other teams
Who
just
cares?
other teams I think are
I've had to deal with that as a Knicks fan and Yankee fan and every fan.
You know what?
I think other teams are especially just
we
annoyed
typically
by
don't
that.
have those
by,
type of players.
by Brunson
we always
and
gotta face them.
Towns. Yeah.
In the Melo era, Melo was the one that, you know, he's so physical. I had to deal with him not getting calls and everybody flopping against us.
Oh, good ball defense by Cade.
Yo, Cade is man.
Yeah,
That's
teardrop by Brunson. Knicks down
Didn't
3.
give up on a play, yeah.
7 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Told you, I got to figure some things out.
Cade Cunningham gets the screen at the free throw line, stops his dribble to Tobias. Here comes Hardaway. Back to Tobias. Tobias fakes out, stops, pops.
Good
No
help by
good.
Towns.
Rebound Towns. Here come the New York Knicks in transition. Anunoby fakes to Mikel. To the corner to Brunson. Open 3. No good.
I kind of wish Mikel took that shot, man.
Thompson.
That looked like
Hardaway
something.
wide open. No good.
He got his
Towns
one,
with
folks.
another rebound. And here come the Knicks again. And here comes Hart down the lane. He misses the layup.
He didn't get the call either.
No, here comes Cade in transition. Oh, nice defense there by Mikel.
Yeah. No, Mikel's right.
Stopping his.
He palmed.
Where is.
That was something.
That was a nice gamble there by
Brunson
Mikel.
got hit with a tech.
He guessed. Oh,
really?
Yeah, Brunson got hit with a tech.
For what?
They missed a palming violation on Cade. Absolutely missed it.
I thought it was a carry, but same difference.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Josh Hart layup could have been huge.
Let's see.
Got the refs you suck chant going on.
Which is one of the worst chants. We suck at chants in this country. We stink.
Oh, that's a travel.
Oh my goodness!
And he misses. Come on, get the. Oh,
how does he
my
get
God.
that back? That could have been a
Man,
foul on
Harris.
Towns.
Could have been.
Yeah, American sports fans, get better with the chants. Refs, you suck. Awful. Defense, let's go whoever. Like in Europe, they do so much better with the
Here
chanting.
comes OG.
Dex,
Out to
I
Hart.
know
Hart,
you agree
wide
as a soccer
open
fan.
3.
I absolutely agree.
Miss.
It's not even close. Soccer, they come with songs
Yeah,
and
Oh,
creative things
man.
about different players.
yeah. Basketball too.
I'm
They like flares in the crowd and shit
yeah,
during EuroLeague.
EuroLeague is crazy. I'm still always fine, even though Josh Hart missed that 3. I'm still fine with him taking the shot. Like
Yeah.
he's got to take those shots.
Absolutely. He missed it, but he has to have confidence to shoot the next one.
I'm watching this and I'm like, all right, Detroit's gonna have to prove it in the fourth quarter. Like
Yeah.
I'm not in a position where, because you have the best closer, you're the Knicks, you have the best closer in the series.
What do you think, Brian? Definitely look like what Dexter said. They came out
Here we
third
go.
quarter.
Here we go. Like that.
Well,
They're putting them away. Right?
I
We're
think
good. We're comfortable.
I wouldn't say that because you're down 6 ultimately. But I think if you're looking at this, like
my God,
if it's close going into the fourth quarter,
Who
then
do you trust?
right.
We've seen this movie before. Now, here's the only thing. Brunson and Bridges, they're combined 3 of 16 from the field right now. Not good. But
I think that's not sustainable for one of those two. The other one, I'm not sure.
now, if Bridges hits some big shots like he did in the last game, I'm
Yeah.
fine with all that.
Yeah.
I do not think this is Bridges' best game. I thought he played a really good game last game. But this is not the bounce. Hey, it doesn't matter. It matters when the bounce back happens. It's going to happen in the second half. That's all I'm saying.
I'm about to get into play-by-play mode, man. I'm starting to get emotional.
That means you get nervous.
Come on, man. Nah, I'm just getting in the game. I'm you know what it is? I'm confident that they're gonna win this game. It's just like I mentioned. I think we're at game 5 now, and I think at this point the better team should start showing that there's a better team.
That's fair.
That's all. It's like because you're up 3-1. I think if the series was 2-2, you're not really thinking that way. You're just like, let's just find a way to win to get up on the series.
Yeah.
But I think when you're up 3-1, it's more
at
like
home too.
And the way that it's transpired, with the call and this and that, like these teams on paper are not close in talent, and they got to figure this out now. Let's go.
I don't disagree. How's everybody feeling in the chat?
So it's more like me just raising the stakes for a team that has high expectations. Is the number 3 seed, and it's the playoffs. Let's go.
Jamal Mosley pissed off that Jason Tatum got a bailout call after dribbling around for mad long. Tatum has one of the greatest whistles in the NBA that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, because of the way that he
that series is gonna piss me off.
Which series? Knicks Celtics?
Because I have to watch every Jason Tatum possession, and it's just going to be a nauseating experience. You could tell he's not exactly my favorite basketball player to watch. You remember how much I couldn't stand prime James Harden?
It would suck if we win.
You remember that, Dex?
I do remember.
I don't think about winning this series in Detroit. Win tonight.
It's gotten to that point.
Win tonight.
We don't want to think about it. We want. I want to be talking about the Knicks moving on to the Celtics. That's what I want to be talking about at the end of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Or moving on to waiting for the Magic and Celtics to play Game 6. That's the ideal situation. What I'd like to be.
That would be perfect for us to win, and then for the Magic to win and extend that series. Because I don't want the Celtics to get any days off. No, let the Magic beat them up.
Yep.
And let us sit back. Tip's gonna need more time.
Yeah, well, I know. I'm just shocked you say that.
He needs the time to get ready, to game plan, to make the adjustments. He needs time. Let's give him some time. All right, here we go.
Tobias Harris has 12. How many do we think he finishes with?
12.
13. All right.
We'll see.
Isolation. 10 seconds in the shot clock. Here comes Kate 1-on-1 against Mickey. To Tobias, shoots the 3.
Well,
he shut me
15.
He shut me
Well, Dexter.
I'm not saying anything. I'm done. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah,
anymore. For the rest of the game, I'm done.
Jeez, man.
Not saying anything.
Holy smoke.
Detroit still has to prove it.
They do. This is the largest lead of the game for them.
There's a
Asar. He's gonna get baited.
Brunson.
Watch.
That's a tough.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
He said he would get baited for the foul.
You know what?
I knew it.
To me, that was a superstar whistle right there.
I agree. I agree.
And I'm glad that it happened because he deserves it.
Look at this.
He needs a superstar whistle.
Wait, did Tobias Harris just go out there showing gun
he got
signs?
hit on the.
Yeah, gun signs. The NBA is gonna fine him for that. John Morant's sitting at home like, yo.
I think that's a little different.
I understand. I'm joking because I do understand the context around it. I do.
Because some people are trying to say
John
that.
Morant has to realize who he is and his history. I'm being very facetious with this to be
like
clear.
I'm like, yo, John, it's your Instagram, bro.
Like, should everybody be treated equally? Yes. You the one out here playing with guns on IG. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it looks like CP has the same reaction you do.
What does CP say?
He just tweeted no reaction because I already know the script. Got to fight through it.
There we go. CP got the memo. There we go. Salute to CP. CP got the memo. He understands.
Jalen Brunson goes 5 for 8 in the last 4 minutes, and then they end up winning.
Last game, I said before the start, I said, could Jalen Brunson give you an 18-point quarter?
Oh, boy.
The backdoor.
No, Asar has like 16 points off of just mostly cuts.
Yeah.
And
Jalen Brunson gave us a 15-point quarter. You're right, 16 points. And I would say 10 or 12 of those have been on backdoor cuts.
Could be all for all we know. Oh, he's open
Brunson
there.
to McCall. What?
Damn, he just beefed that layup.
How do you miss that?
Jesus.
Knicks down 9. They got to get a stop here. Here comes Asar Thompson. He gets fouled.
That's a big
Bro, wake up, bro.
He can't shoot free throws though, so we'll see. But
boy, he sure had his team ready for this third quarter. Now look, that's amazing, right, Dexter? That shows you growth, championship caliber.
That's on players though. Players got
oh,
they got to go out and play. It is. They got to go out and play. Okay. They have to be the ones to go out and play. Okay. The coach can't get out. What's Tibbs gonna do out there? You think you think Tibbs, I'm not a Tibbs defender. No. You don't think Tibbs said anything to these guys in the locker room about it? You don't think what do you think he did in the locker room? He just said he's stood there?
Cursed. I'm sure he cursed.
He certainly hasn't made any adjustments.
Maybe it's this one now with your boy Mitchell Robinson in the game.
Yeah, they need him. Sorry, missed another free throw. By
we'll
the way.
see. He put Mitch Robinson in the game. No cat. We'll see. The Knicks defense has not been good this quarter. Asar Thompson, he's young, so I'm gonna give him a pass. He gets to take Brian's word. He gets baited into stupid fouls.
Yeah, his inexperience.
He commits a lot of
his inexperience is showing all series.
A lot of young boy fouls.
Granted, I am very high on his defensive potential. I think this is a guy who
he's going to be good.
Defensive Player of the Year one day if they give it to some wing players. Sometimes that'd be nice.
I think his brother's going to get it before him.
Yeah,
nice play there.
His brother's going to be an all-star.
His brother's definitely going to be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
They're both really exceptional.
He's more disciplined at this point.
I agree with that.
Here comes Cade. Oh my God! Come on, man. These bailout plays.
He attacked the basket.
He's going to attack the basket. I'm still fine with that from Mitch. Mitch at least.
He's probably going to miss one of these.
Yeah, Alsar is not a great free throw shooter. So,
and if he misses one, that's a win on that possession to me.
He is. I'm not going to look actually because they'll spoil. Oh, it's 3 for 8. All right, 3 for 8. Jeez, that's basically a center. It's like Shaq.
Mitch Robinson goes 3 for 8. We're clapping our hands.
Ooh. Jonathan Isaac posted
their own little early challenge.
Yeah, I guess their coach didn't have them prepared either.
I said that because I knew he was going to say that.
I mean,
I knew he was going to take the alley-oop. He was going to be like, I'm taking it.
I like
I guess this and that.
I took it. I think Jamal Mosley is a good coach.
Yeah. I think Mazzulla's good, but also, Celtics are,
Oh, here comes Brunson.
You can't let somebody split that easy.
Come on again to Hart.
Oh, my goodness.
He's fouled.
A foul or a block?
That's a foul.
Out of bounds.
Oh.
Let me see.
No.
Oh, wow.
Block. It's a clean block.
Yeah.
Whew, excuse me. I felt that sneeze coming up.
Keep defending Tibbs. You're going to keep sneezing.
Or maybe I'm just allergic to some bullshit. That could be that too. Robert Rivera, who says, "What's up with these third quarters?" Yo, who did you text to come and send that in the chat?
All right, here we go. 3 seconds.
It's all about the fourth.
1. Brunson at the buzzer. Oh,
of course. Of course. This is in the script. It's in the script.
Jalen Brunson.
Where's that? That's
that
by
kind of
that's
shot
by guard,
happens.
right?
That's coach has you prepared.
That's a superstar bailing out the head coach. That's a superstar play. Okay, in and out. Fight for the rebound. Here comes Deuce McBride. Here comes the run. You see that now you got some momentum. Here comes Brunson down the lane to Mitchell Robinson. Oh, he is fouled.
That's the Asar Thompson of the Knicks. He has to prove he can make free throws.
Yeah, the Pistons.
Mitch has been really, really good on the glass.
I agree.
Really good on the
Even
glass.
that last rebound, he really tipped and kept it alive to McBride.
Look at this.
When you see a shot like that, does that make you not feel good? Does it make you feel like you should believe in the coach and that they're winning the game? I would go.
Hold on, but you're a players guy. You don't want me to believe in the players?
I mean, Tom Thibodeau didn't go out there and make that shot, though.
Yeah, the players.
I've been saying the players have agency.
I believe in the players.
All right.
I'm believing in that type of shot. You're right. That type of shot gets me to believe in the players.
What do we got to do to make you a Tom Thibodeau believer?
He has to.
You got to beat the Celtics.
Or at least push them to like 7.
No pushing.
Granted,
not 7, not even.
I think I do remember
because if you push them to 7, you don't complete the objective. You're coming into next season with.
I think you could do a good coaching job and lose that series.
I will say this about JD. the last time JD did an episode
Mitch
of
got
God
one.
Game with me, I remember we recorded on a Sunday, and we talked about Tibbs on the episode. And JD texted me. This is like an hour or something after we recorded the episode. He texted me, and he texted me a tweet from Jonathan McMee from Knicks Film School, who is the known Tibbs defender. And John Mac, could block by
shot by
Good help
Mitchell
defense.
That's
Robinson.
the adjustment.
Good help defense.
Uh-oh.
And he texted me and said, "Yo, even McAfee's out on Tibbs. Nice, OG.
What a play off the Jalen Brunson shot.
See, there's the run.
Give the coach credit. He brought in Mitch at the 5-minute mark. He brought him a little earlier than maybe you would expect the way his rotations have gone by. And Anunoby now, the physicality of Mitch, the shot from Brunson.
Defense
Knicks
is
have
looking
some
good.
momentum
Yeah.
to the point where are we going hack a Mitch?
Hack a Mitch.
They're
See?
making Detroit do
Now
dumb
here's
shit.
the adjustment that the
Pistons.
JB Bickerstaff is.
They're making the Pistons do dumb shit on offense too now.
But
That's great
give
help.
the head coach credit. Going to the bench. Hey, I'm not a hater. I keep it
I might
objective.
not sneeze again.
Give the coach credit, bringing in McBride, going a little bit smaller, more speed,
More defense.
more defense.
Mhm.
And sometimes you make a lineup change and you need a shot like Jalen Brunson to galvanize the troops. And then now you have some energy. If you can get any one of 2 free throws here from Mitch, that's a bonus.
How do y'all feel about just this strategy in
Hacking?
today's NBA? Just hacking the center.
In and
Yeah,
out.
Hacking somebody who can't shoot free throws.
It's fine. The goal is to win possessions. And if you get one out of 2, you won that possession.
Would you
So I'm
want the
fine with
NBA to get rid of it?
No.
Or no?
And also, I think if you go a few times, you hit 1 of 2. I think you still I think you're still making the team, the head coach, think about it. It's when they go 0 for 2 that it just you empower them to keep doing it.
I hit 1.
And he hits 1.
At least
1 of 2.
Now, if you
That's a win.
and now if you're the Knicks, you're like, well, we just got to stop them on the other end.
Because you got
It also stopped them from bringing the Towns, which they were going to do. So that's interesting.
Here
too.
we go. Knicks on a 7-0 run. Here comes Cade off the screen.
Mitch
Gives it
has to
out.
drop
Malik
back down.
Beasley
That's
a
off.
3. That's
Mitch.
no good. Mitch fight for the rebound. Gives it to Hart.
Good for my
Hart
prop.
down the lane. Hart goes up for the layup.
Told y'all the run was coming.
Timeout Detroit.
Brian called it. I mean, that's an adjustment.
Once Brunson hits
As
that 3,
Russell Wilson looks on for the New York Knicks, we have a timeout. Ooh,
he can
Josh
clap
Hart
now.
carry.
He can clap now.
Ooh,
New Yorkers are
nice
gonna hate
play.
Russell Wilson by November.
Oh God. Who's
I
your
mean-
football team, Brian?
I don't have one.
Okay.
I gave him my
It's-
Jets fan card in 2016. I was
Oh
done.
my God.
Yeah, he
Wow.
gave his Jets fan card. I did too. I used to be a Jets fan. I told you this before.
Yeah.
I've told you this when you came on rapping right now. I mean, I told
Bro.
you this before.
When we went from
That's crazy.
When
to
we
hear
went
that say,
from-
I gave up my.
No, why is that crazy? Why do people say that? Why
Bro,
is it
that's
crazy?
Insane.
fandom
it's
is
not.
not fandom is not a marriage.
You know why you say that?
Bro, I know a
You can give that
Cowboys
up,
fan
too.
that is dying to give. He just can't do it, and he's like, it's torture being a fan under Jerry Jones. It's torture.
I don't want to hear that from the Cowboys fan. The
Look,
Cowboys,
you can choose how you want to live your life. You know, like
and you know what I chose? Happiness.
I stuck with the
Oh my
Mets.
God.
You know,
Here's the
'cause
thing.
Every few years
How
they
could-
go on a
how-
run, and the Jets haven't been to the playoffs since I was a teenager.
If you know Jets fans. Do you know any Jets fans that are happy? Do you know any Jets fans that are happy? There you go. That's all I gotta
Honestly.
say.
Honestly,
Wow.
Right, you're a Giants fan. You've seen a couple Super Bowl runs.
Yep.
Even though the Giants, we understand teams
In my
go.
prime,
you
we
just went to the
understand
playoffs
teams
too.
in college.
Right, we understand that teams go through valleys, they go through down points, but then sometimes you got to look at the team and you're like, how are you this incompetent
Right.
for this long? How have the Jets? This is my question to all the people out there. How have the Jets never had a franchise quarterback since Willie Joe Namath?
We were
Do you
going.
know what level of incompetence that
Bro,
is?
But
I'm not
that's
gonna
what
lie.
drove me away because we were about to, and then he got punched in the face,
yo,
and then they put in
I
Ryan
stayed a
Fitzpatrick.
little longer,
and
and
then
then
we
they
put-
drafted Zach Wilson, and I knew Zach Wilson wasn't it.
Yeah.
And that's when I was out.
yo,
I knew
I'm
it
not
was a-
gonna lie. It is crazy because to Jet fans, Joe Namath is like Tom Brady,
bro.
but
That's what I'm
outside of the
saying.
Jets organization,
Bro, the
he's
last
not
time-
like
The
He's
last
like not that
time-
guy like
he
that.
ain't that guy like
Seriously.
that. Like
I
That's
was in 11th grade the last time the Jets made the playoffs. I
Joe
turned
Namath is-
30 last
Look
year.
at
Oh,
this defense.
look at that adjustments.
Love it up.
Oh,
He's trying to.
Yeah, you know Josh Hart's good for those one a game. Oh my God,
Wow.
That was a That was
Just
literally
like
a 2-point swing.
Knicks down 3 again. 73-70 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Don't let the Pistons respond.
Jalen Brunson
now.
crosses half court, defended by Dennis Schroeder. Here comes the screen from Mitch Robinson. He takes the screen right. Oh, he stops. Gives it to Mitch. Mitch to Hart. Hart down the lane. Alley to Mitchell Robinson. 73-72. New York down 1.
This man said there couldn't be adjustments.
12 RA for Josh Hart.
The players are playing.
What was the number again, Brian?
15 and a half.
15 and a half.
He's going to play the whole fourth quarter.
Here comes Cade Cunningham.
Oh, that could have been all with his offhand. He could have been careful.
Malik Beasley
like
again down the lane, and Malik Beasley scores.
He had Tobias.
As you can see, they're targeting Brunson here late.
Yeah, they are. That's a good call, JD. They're targeting him.
Yeah, they're targeting him. They're hunting him.
I mean, that's a strategy.
Lakers fans know about that with Luka Doncic. So
that's what Boston's going to do too, honestly. Boston loves to hunt. They're going to try to do that every game.
OG. Oh,
bad pass.
That's a little on Mitch.
Actually, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. But I think
Malik Beasley transition 3, no good. Rebound deuce. Under 1 minute to go. Knicks down 3.
I was going to say, I think for Mitch,
Hart.
He probably knew that was going to get picked off.
Knicks reset. So Brunson, 10 seconds in the shot clock, 40 seconds in the quarter.
Screen coming.
Knicks down 3.
No.
Isolation, 5 seconds. One-on-one. Brunson, 4. Brunson, mid-range to Mitch. Another, and he did the same thing to end in the first half.
Yeah.
Wow.
A bad decision by Jalen Brunson again with the shot clock winding down.
Good foul by Deuce.
And you know what that is? And this is again with the argument with the guards. That play is his limitations. He's not like tall enough. He's not long enough
to see over the defense.
The defense. So he sometimes panics in traffic, and he'll stop his dribble. And now he doesn't have a counter.
My thing with that is if you're dishing off to someone like Cat who has a move or two, you feel better about that. But you know, even on some of these rolls where you're getting it to Mitch, I'm like, yikes.
He's getting him too high at times. You know, to your point though, he's getting it too high to Mitch at times where Mitch is at the foul line, and it's like unless he's gonna like pass it back out, you don't want to give it to him that high because what's he gonna do with it?
Mitch out the game. I do think Tibbs should get credit for it. He brought him in. They sparked the defense.
Yeah, I was about to say,
no, that's not. He doesn't have that many points today, but I still
feel
that
was right. I'm like, wait, he has a trick already?
He's made a big impact on this game, and he's not he's not scoring like crazy either.
Now for Cade.
You know, he hasn't been close to the best player in the series.
Oh, look at
no, he hasn't.
Yeah, he hasn't been close to that.
I think both guards are struggling a little bit.
Clock turned off. 15 seconds in the quarter. Knicks down 5. Brunson with the basketball. Dennis Schroeder defending. Here comes Brunson out to Mikal. Mikal gets the ball back from Towns. Mikal down the lane. Fade away, mid-range shot. Knocks it down with 1.8 to go in the third quarter. Schroeder to Beasley at the buzzer. Way off. No good.
Good bump by Mikal.
And we go to the fourth quarter. Knicks 74, Pistons 77. 12 minutes to go. Dexter, how do you feel?
You know, I have one word for the quarter. I have just one word.
They lost the quarter.
They lost the quarter. Adjustments, though. How'd they get back into the quarter? Adjustments. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. He made the adjustment. Yeah. You wanted to see the coach make it?
No, yeah.
By the way, rest in peace to the great Dick Barnett. We gotta say that. Who passed away Sunday at the age of 88. I had a chance to meet him
1936 to 2025.
That's a hell of a run.
That man's seen a lot. I had a chance to meet him at the film they had about him a couple of years ago. Actually, it's funny. It's the first time me and CP had met in person at that film. And it was a really good film. Me and him, obviously, he went through a lot. He had one of the first integrated championships where he grew up, played for a historically black college, won 3 NIAA titles, won 2 championships with the Knicks, got his doctorate. Man, lived a life, man.
Hell yeah.
Lived a life.
Mr. Barnett.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Nick Legend
up in the rafters. Sure.
Damn.
Have you heard this story about
excuse me.
Have you heard this story about one gorilla versus 100 men?
Yes, I have seen this.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts on this?
The first thing I thought is it reminded me when I was in college with 3 of my boys. We had an argument that if you took 100 people and you put them in Yankee Stadium and you put Jackie Chan in the middle stadium,
this is such a college argument.
Everybody came to attack him. could they beat up Jackie Chan?
Yes.
And you're taking a random sample of the population.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Don't care.
all men between 18 and 30 who are reasonably fit. Just
The
random.
problem with fighting another human is it doesn't matter how talented. Like it's too many.
See, I said that, and there were people who are just like, "Yo, but it's Jackie."
Because they
Chan.
think it's in the movie. They think it's the movie where he gives you one kick, you're done.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting up.
But I kind of feel similar about the gorilla. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? 100 people? 100 people, we're not going to take out a gorilla?
Now, hold on.
I think it's a wrap for the gorilla.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You think it's a wrap for the gorilla?
Yeah.
What? Here's my other thing.
I don't think we need 100 people. We could do it with 20,
bro.
honestly.
What is the hold on? What's the swinging? What's the swinging? Well, yeah, I agree. What's the swinging force of a gorilla? See, I love these conversations. This conversation,
bro. A gorilla? Nah, son.
How big is the gorilla?
How big is the gorilla, and where are we doing this? 100?
Do it at Yankee Stadium.
Do it. We're going on the road. We're going on the road. We're going to his hood.
You're going out in the wild?
Yeah, we're going on the road.
That's good for us. We got objects.
Right? We're rolling deep.
We got objects.
All right. Okay.
How big is a gorilla?
No. Not.
Wait, what?
A gorilla's swinging force is extremely powerful, allowing them to swing through trees with great agility and strength. They can generate a pulling force of over 1,800 pounds.
That's fine. We have 100 people.
Bro, when he goes like this, just one, he's taking.
We have 100
Your head
people.
is coming off.
We have 100.
Your head is coming off.
1,800 pounds is 9 200-pounders.
Look at the.
You see the last time? Hold on. Look at this last time. Gorillas can also lift or throw objects up to 815 kilograms. Bro, he will throw you.
How many pounds is that? How many pounds is 850 kilograms?
Sorry, I can't do my metric conversions.
How many pounds is 850 kilograms?
Now, what if it's 100 Goldbergs?
1,796 pounds, bro.
1,796 pounds. Okay, so that's 8.
He can pick all of us up at the same time and throw us.
He can't do it to 100 of us. 100 of us are smoking a gorilla.
What if it's 100?
We are
Goldbergs?
smoking that
like
gorilla.
100 LeBrons or 100 Goldbergs.
Like if you have 100 people,
like 100 Goldbergs, the wrestler.
That's the easy. If you have 100 people,
100
and it's
Brock
like
Lesnar's.
if you have 100 people and like 20 of them could fight, that gorilla's done. He'll pull.
Yeah, 20 of them could fight, but they haven't fought a gorilla.
They could do it. You could
What are you
listen.
talking about?
It's one gorilla versus 100
That's like
people.
But here, you know what the problem is? No matter 100 Goldbergs, LeBron,
It's gonna be
Brock
too many
Lesnar's,
people. Look,
100
we're gonna lose people in the
Conor
process.
McGregor's or whatever.
We're gonna lose. Look, here's the thing. 100 people. Not everyone's surviving. We're gonna lose like
I think you
there
gotta
will-
get him
there
early
will-
because when he starts knocking you out,
Yeah,
he actually is increasing his chances.
that's fine. Look,
So it's like, how long is he gonna?
that's fine.
You know
No,
what I mean?
that's fine. We're gonna have fallen soldiers in the process. We're gonna have fallen soldiers in the process. But 100 people, 50 of them are smoking that gorilla. 50 of them are gonna die, and 50 of them are killing that.
So it's gonna be what is your take on this?
Maybe more.
He says some people are gonna survive.
I don't even think we need 50.
I don't have faith in him.
I don't think we need this.
Well,
I don't think we
listen,
need
Goldberg took the Big Show and gave him a jackhammer, so maybe he'll do it to a gorilla.
I'm a
100
I'm a
Goldbergs?
wrestling
Yo,
fan.
we
so
might
I
be out
appreciate
here
that.
underestimating the gorilla.
Huh?
I'm a wrestling fan, so I appreciate that.
There you go.
Oh, the wrestling fans. I think we're out here disrespecting the gorilla. That's all I'm saying.
We're disrespecting 100 people. It's 100 people.
Yeah, because it's 100 random people. Like
That's fine. You think they're all gonna be Ned Flanders?
What's the percentage of people that we out there think are trained in at least martial arts to fight? What percentage of people do we think walking the street can fight? A lot of people think they can fight. They can't fight.
And
when you get picked up by the gorilla and he throws you, even if you survive, you're done. You're tapped out. You're finished.
What about when you start and you see the gorilla pick up one?
Yep.
And just knock him down?
When that fear hits you,
How many of them are gonna be like, you know what?
Thank you.
All right, yes, I'm
Thank
out.
you.
You're bugging.
Thank you. I think that's something we're not accounting for. Because I'll be honest to the people right here.
You gotta have
If
100.
I'm in that 100 people and I see Bryan get thrown out, I'm not here trying to save Bryan, right? I'm not trying to save Bryan, guys. I'm out. I'm trying to save me. I'm trying to save me. That's what I'm trying to do.
We gotta have a draft of 100 people.
Please, people let me know in the chat.
Someone.
No, it has to be random. Random selection is the only way to do this. You can't pick the dream team to beat the gorilla.
Okay, that's
what
fair.
Are we doing?
That's fair. That's fair. But I still think if you do 100 random people, if they're not all old and crusty, no offense to people who are old and crusty, they're gonna take out the gorilla. I think they are.
bro, the swinging force is 1,800 pounds.
Let him take
and he
out.
can
Let him take.
throw.
Let him take out the teenagers. It'll be the 30s and 40 somethings will take them out.
Yo, man,
It's fine.
I feel like it's gonna be the old people to get it. Sorry, old people. I agree with you on that. And it's gonna be the stupid young people
Yeah.
that think they can mess with the gorilla.
And then the rest
they
of
gonna
us will
find
be
out
able to take
real
them out.
quick. They can't mess with the
The
gorilla.
rest of us will be able to take them out.
I think JD tapped into something. The first time you see the gorilla just mess somebody up, that first punch and knock somebody's head off, yo, you done. This ain't a movie, dog. This ain't a movie. This ain't a movie. You're gonna see that and say, nah, I'm good.
I tell you, again, we're gonna lose some soldiers.
This is one of the best conversations for a watch party so far.
But still, I think
I have seen. How did this start? Because I've
don't
seen
know.
it on Twitter. How did this start? Whose
no
idea was?
I saw
but
it on Twitter.
I
It
saw it on
reminded
Twitter.
me of that conversation I had with my boys with Jackie Chan. I thought it was too much. See, I think
Jackie Chan would be easier.
I agree.
Like, come on, man.
I think, and if you take
that
what
kung
JD
fu
said,
bullshit. In the
JD said, do
movies.
this in the wild, in the
Please.
gorilla's environment.
Mm.
Oh, y'all, we definitely lose a home field advantage, bro.
No,
field
it's
advantage.
100 people.
What is home field advantage though versus a gorilla?
I have to agree.
I'm like, where are we going to the projects? We go to basketball court? Like, what are we doing?
Yo, yeah, word. No matter where you go, the gorilla can climb anywhere.
Yeah.
Our producer Nikolai just said,
It's like,
the
wait,
gorilla can
what's home
climb.
court advantage for us?
He can climb. He can jump down on you.
Let's bring him up. You want to bring him up to the
Nah.
studio?
Yo,
Like, what are we doing?
I think that's
Yo, the odds on the gorilla are like -1,000,000 for the gorilla to
no,
win.
no.
Yeah,
I'm taking the humans though. I'm taking the humans.
Yeah,
then.
because you want.
That's
you
gonna
want,
be plus what 100K.
Oh my god. Yo, you got nope. We got.
It's too many
Sometimes
people.
you got to know
It's too many people.
what you can do. You got to understand.
It's
You're
too many people.
overmatched.
Again, we're gonna look. More than half the team. I'll give you. How about that? More than 50. More than half the team will be dead. This accomplishment may
Bruh,
only be accomplished by like
this is
25
going to
people.
be
but they're
like
gonna do it.
Thunder Grizzlies. It's a wrap. It's over. It is over. It is over. It is over. There's no adjustments you can make for the gorilla.
Look, he's grabbing
It's
his
100
jersey.
people.
Tibbs will figure out how to beat the gorilla.
No.
You see? You see this? You see this bullshit?
Tibbs will figure it out.
You see
Tibbs
this?
will figure it out. 2021 NBA Coach of the
Yeah,
Year. he'll
yes,
figure it out.
Ryan, we're doing the debate because Ryan commented.
Oh man.
So I think guys will do it. We'll get it done. It'll be fine.
Oh man.
It's 100 people.
Tibbs gonna play drop coverage on the gorilla.
Yeah.
Everybody's get away.
Get away. Drop and run is what you want to do. Oh man.
Well, here we go. Karl Anthony Towns, bam, hits the free throw.
Also was another unsuccessful challenge by your boy JB Biggerstaff.
But he's known for that.
At least he saved it to the fourth
And
quarter.
then look, and then he's whining. It's like, what do you mean? The footage just showed he was holding his jersey.
At
You
least he
know-
waited.
He knows his team. Yeah, fair enough.
Come on, we
He
need-
knows his team.
I would never use a challenge before the
we need
fourth
Cat
quarter.
to have a
I have
strong
to agree with
fourth
you.
quarter.
I would
Never.
too.
Never,
Nope.
even if there's bad foul trouble, like I just can't.
Ryan says 100 Aaron Donalds versus the gorilla. Give me the 100 Aaron Donalds. And what I will point out to Ryan about saying that I like that he did there is he chose a man that went to the University of Pittsburgh, which you know I support. So
You don't need
that is
100
a smart
Aaron
choice.
Donalds. You don't need 100. It could be 20. It could be 10. 10 Aaron Donalds, they'll take it out the gorilla.
But that is a very specific type of human being
Yeah,
against the gorilla.
yeah.
So I'm not saying I would disagree with Ryan there, but if you're
But
taking
you're saying random.
random
people.
100 people, nah, I'm rocking with the gorilla on this.
Ryan, do you think 100 people that work at the New York Post could take out a gorilla?
Absolutely not.
You don't
Absolutely
think,
not.
You don't think we could?
No,
You don't think we could?
no, I work here.
100 of
No,
us?
no.
Not 200 either. Here comes McCall. Oh, transition three.
Yeah, this is where it flips.
Oh,
This
is
is where
it
it
two? They
flips.
counted it as a two?
Yeah, I think
Oh.
it's was
All
on the
right,
line.
crowd is on their feet, chanting defense, 81-79 New York. Here comes Dennis Schroeder. Drives to the lane, left-handed layup, and he scores.
I think 100 of us will take out the gorilla.
Tie ball game.
I think we could do it. Oh my God. I think we could
At
do it.
this place we work at? No,
Yes. You don't
Nope.
think so?
nope. Sorry, don't.
I don't think I think you will go into the jungle with 100 on your mind, and by the time you get there, you'll see maybe only 3 showed up.
Brian, I suggest you check the comments now. There's a comment to reply to you, directly to you.
Brian, you'd be one of the first to go. I could defend myself, not against a gorilla.
No,
probably,
okay.
but
I'm glad you fixed that. I was like, I believe you can, not against a gorilla.
I mean, you know I can. You've seen me box before.
Oh my god.
But
You
like,
want to box with a gorilla?
depending on the size.
Towns,
Come
another.
on. Oh, that was in and
I
out.
bo- I
But
bo-
you see
the
look,
hesitation.
I
on the
boxed with
first
a
one,
gorilla in my
though,
weight class.
Got it to miss.
If you can find one in my weight class, I'll do it.
Towns wanted to get the crowd going with that one.
That would have been a big
Uh-oh.
shot.
Shooter's not gonna go the way you think.
Yeah.
It is not gonna go the way you think.
I'm
Misses
still
the
liking this
3-point
Knicks
shot.
defense.
I'm okay.
Oh,
I'm
they're
okay.
gonna- oh, what is
that?
What are you
Why?
doing?
I was gonna
Mikal?
say I'm okay with Mitch giving him that shot, even if it was top of the key.
It's
At
these
this
mistakes,
stage,
man.
not late.
These
not
are
super
critical mistakes.
Look at this. Look at that. Point differential, fourth quarter. Knicks plus 5.3. Field goal percentage, 54%. Paint points, 13.5 per game.
Here comes Tobias. Oh, the foul.
That's why I don't think Detroit's going to close this out. Like they have to prove it to me. They have to show me. Look at John Starks checking in on Cat. See, at least he didn't go down, so I give him credit.
Right.
Let's see.
That's a. Oh.
See, he took a real elbow.
You saying that the elbow that Tobias Harris took earlier in the game was not a real elbow?
It didn't look like one where he needed to be on the floor for that long. But I give Cat credit for standing up.
You know what?
I think more NBA players need to box during the offseason, do MMA, do jiu-jitsu, do something. Like, stop falling on the floor.
Spree at the game, too. I thought you were going to say more NBA players need to go try to fight a gorilla. I thought that's what you might say.
We'll start losing NBA players. You know what I mean? And then we'll wind up with, like,
Yo, these turnovers, too.
Let me not take anybody out.
Ryan was saying this. Knicks with 12 turnovers, Pistons with 11. And the Knicks have done a pretty good job of, like, having less turnovers in the series. But they got to be very careful with this tonight.
Nervous yet, Dexter?
Nah.
Not nervous?
Nah, not nervous yet. I feel like talking about the gorilla took some of the edge off of this. I'll tell you, we need to get your thoughts on this because Brian and I were very adamant about this.
About what?
Yo,
where's this going?
Do you like these Knicks jerseys that they're wearing?
Oh, the 3D font.
I don't like
Yeah, not a fan.
the back, the highlight on the
highlight
ends.
If
If they took that out, I'll rock with it.
And also, the other part, Justin Tuck also the building for this game. Other thought part is what I do like here is the Knicks are wearing white at home, and the Pistons are wearing colors.
Yes.
I don't like the dark now. What is that? I like the white at home and the dark color on the road.
We've been saying thank you. We've been saying this. It's just,
and even in football, it's kind of shifting a little bit. I don't understand why they're doing that.
Yeah, I don't mind in football that you wear dark at home, colors at home, and
yeah.
I remember, the Cowboys were the only team I remember not wearing colors at home like that.
Mikal, mid-range fadeaway,
Oh,
no good. A foul is called on the floor.
I'll take it. Take Mikal.
Yeah, I don't like the font on these uniforms. I like everything else. I don't like
the font. I don't like it for the court. I don't like.
Yeah, I don't like the court either.
Oh, Tim Hardaway Jr. got him right on the elbow.
But I told you this. I used to like the orange paint more than the blue one.
You did tell me that.
So,
and Brian and I.
But the blue one is over.
Bring back the orange Knicks jerseys.
Yes.
I know they were 0-7 in them. I get it, but bring it back. Oh, Mikal missing one.
I want the old school ones with Houston.
The black
The
stripe.
black stripe on the side.
Yeah. I told you they shouldn't have gotten rid of the stripe.
I have
honestly.
I agree.
Those were their best ones. Those were the NBA Street ones too that they would always have. I think the Beastie Boys had them in NBA Street Volume 3.
I did like that. I like to see that come back.
Yeah, they should do that next year for City, and then they should have the orange uniforms be whatever the other shit is.
In this one, only 4 points. I needed 5 from you, Deuce. Needed 5.
Where's Josh Hart RA at? Still 12. That's nice.
All right, tie game.
Love sweating out.
Tie game. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
I did.
Celtics have come back on the Magic and an alley-oop to Duran. Oh,
that's on Cat. That entire sequence.
Oh,
come on, Mitch.
How do you feel about this, Brian? 2 people down at the same time.
Yeah, but this looked like a legit collision. I'm not saying you can't be on the floor if there's a collision. I'm just tired of getting.
Brian's like, get up.
This
is nothing.
It's
only concussions.
Yeah.
If I ever became a high school assistant coach.
Oh my God, Brian be the worst. But get up.
No, I would get results. All right. I don't think I have. I don't think I'd have the patience.
Look at this again. Look like Mitch.
Oh, Cat fouled Tobias on the pass. Then over here, Mitch fell into Duran. It looked like.
Yeah.
But how did Mitch fall?
because Cat ran into him.
Cat, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Duran fell hard.
Yeah, he
He
did.
splatted on his front. Look at this. Oh, this is a good angle. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Harris.
That's legit.
Actually kind of started that left elbow arm.
He fell in the midsection, and his arm might have tried to break his fall there.
I hope he's okay.
What are those sneakers? Oh,
I wonder if that would be a foul on Harris.
Yeah, because was the foul on the pass? That's what I was wondering if the foul was on the pass.
Because Cat touched Harris on the drive, like from behind.
The shots counted, so it's got it. So
it's not on, but it's not on Cat then.
A foul on Mitch.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because Cat fell into him.
Ryan asks, "Who's taking over here down the stretch?" Well, it's probably going to be Brunson.
Yeah,
but I do think we'll see some unsung hero for the Knicks. Somebody we might not expect.
Nasty free throw time.
All right, 85-83, under 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Campaign.
I like the ball.
Bridges, defended by Beasley, gets the screen from Cat, takes the screen. Oh, he gets right by him. Mid-range shot. That's good. Mikal ties the ball game at 85.
Is that your unsung hero?
Here the unsung hero? That's what I was going to say.
Cunningham. There ain't unsung hero moment yet. It's under 5 minutes. Here comes Cade. Oh, and they're going to foul.
I thought he defended that well. Let's see. Mikal did a great job of cutting off that drive before committing the foul, but let's see.
Where to come down?
It's Cat?
Cat. Oh, I knew it was Cat.
Of course. I thought it was Mikal with a Cat's long-ass arm jumped into the picture.
Cat can't be mad at that. He hit him right on the elbow.
Yeah.
Well, you could always be mad, but yes.
Cat has 5 fouls. Awesome.
5 fouls?
Yeah.
With 7 minutes to go.
So what's the play?
What's the adjustment?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna look at you. Now you're gonna try to use the word.
No, I'm just saying. Is he gonna leave him with 5 fouls and 7.5 minutes to go?
I would personally, I would try to buy time, which is what he's doing. Take him out. I try to buy some time with him.
So
how long before you bring him back?
Bring him back around the 4-minute mark, 4:30. Maybe 3:30. Bring him back for that stretch. You've seen this lineup play good with Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm. You're just worried about if they hack him. But if Mitch makes free throws, then you're fine.
Or watch. I think one thing to pay attention is how they guard Josh Hart here. Is another thing to pay attention to.
Because you got Mitch and Hart on the floor. Here comes Mikal. Mikal down the lane, stops his dribble. He turns the ball over.
Mitch was trying to
Knicks
get
down
out of his
2.
way.
Here comes Cade in transition.
No.
Charge?
Offensive foul.
Yeah. That's for
offensive foul.
That should never happen for Detroit, to be honest.
Wasn't that on Cade? That was on Cade.
It has to be on Cade.
Yeah.
That's a good play by Brunson. That's a perfect play.
What else was he gonna do? At that size?
We got a little bit build out.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said you can't run into him on the pass.
We got build out there. Look at that. Boop. It's minimal contact. Nice sell job by Brunson.
Hey. Sometimes
got it done. Got it done. But I know they hate him in Detroit right now. They're like
dead ass.
Hey, if they're hating him, that means he's doing something right.
Here we go.
But if you're the small guy, that's one of your only options.
Stutter step, 1-on-1 against Thompson. Fade away, mid-range shot. Bang! And they called a foul.
Oh.
And one.
I didn't see that coming.
Me neither.
Jalen Brunson. It's Brunson time.
See, this is the problem with Detroit finishing games.
You got your answer, Ryan Sampson. You got your answer. It's going to have to be the captain. El Capitan.
Asara's going to have to watch so much film this summer.
Oof. What's crazy about this is Brunson still, outside of the fourth quarter of the last game, hasn't really had a great shooting game in the series.
He has crazy numbers.
Yeah. He's had great stretches. But not like a great game.
A lot of them late,
take a
too.
1-point lead.
Late, right?
Yeah. Orlando winning at halftime, by the way.
Under 7 minutes to go in this ball game.
By 2 only.
Mikal Bridges guards. Cade Cunningham gets the screen from Duran. Gives it out to Duran in a post. Turnover. Fight for the ball. No. Pistons recover. Now Thompson drives. And he's fouled by Mitchell Robinson.
I thought that was really good defense.
That coming. I knew they were gonna call that because the way he contested him. Let's see.
Man, I just.
But that was the first. That was the first one.
I
Brian.
just like
That
Mitch
was
on the
it.
floor,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You see how? Okay, they call it a foul, but you see how like
Yeah,
with Mitch on the floor, everything is just contested. It's just more resistance.
Yeah, you can see
You
how
have
when they're
more of a
going in,
chance.
they're thinking about what they got to do.
he
when they
got
get
him
in
like
paint.
here, so I knew they were gonna call that.
Yeah, but it's a Sir Thompson, so it might be you might get 1 out of 2.
That's the other thing.
It might.
How many fouls does Mitch have? Let me check. 5 also. That's cool.
That's not good. We're getting into talking about maybe having to use Precious Achiuwa.
What are you gonna do, Tibbs? Damn, I forgot about Precious Achiuwa. Look at that. Towns, Mitchell Robinson, both 5 each. If you're Detroit,
These next 2.5 minutes.
let's see if
are
Detroit
huge for
makes
the
them
Knicks.
pay for that. That's a good shot. I think you got to be okay with that one.
Beasley goes
Nope.
up.
That's a
He
wild
traveled,
shot.
too.
That was a wild shot by Beasley.
Here come the Knicks. Brunson,
Josh Hart cut him
88
off.
all. 6 minutes
Knicks need
left
some
into
help.
this ball game.
Can we see a little bit of Bridges in some action here? That would be
Here
kind of
comes
nice.
Brunson.
Yeah,
10
I don't
seconds
know-
in the shot clock.
I don't know why you
1-on-1.
need to attack
All right, they're
Cade.
bringing him in the action now.
Uh-oh, Beasley, 5.
Oh, this is what he wants.
4. Brunson, 3. Brunson stops. Brunson pops. Oh, in and out.
It's a good shot.
Here comes Cade in transition.
Wow.
And he lays it in.
It's too easy. And
I thought Bridges was going to strip him from behind.
90-88.
too much Brunson 1-on-1 right now.
Yep.
Detroit. I ain't trying to hear that. He almost made that shot.
Almost ain't good enough.
Oh, tell the coach to make an adjustment.
Coach ain't making that shot either.
You don't want to see that ball, then tell the coach to do something. Uh-oh, here we go. It's going to be this isolation ball. Oh, Brunson.
He's got a step.
Brunson.
Oh! What a big
Mitchie!
putback for Mitch.
Mitchie ties the ball game and
Wow.
the foul.
Wow.
Going to the free throw line.
Can I say something though? We gave Tibbs credit for the adjustment. You're good.
Good.
We gave Tibbs the credit for the adjustment in the third quarter. But, you know, he didn't do anything crazy and stick with Mitch. Excuse me, stick with Cat here. So, first career playoff double-double. Excuse me, third for Mitch. I think he had some before. Third for Mitch. This is big. Him hitting this free throw will be huge, too. He's been fantastic. But I like the call by Tibbs to stick with him here down the stretch. Although it'll be interesting to see how these next 2 minutes play out.
Oh, missed the free throw. 90. Oh, are you nervous yet, Dexter?
Nah, still not nervous yet.
Yeah, Dexter's gonna wait till like 5 seconds. Say, okay, now I'm nervous. Uh-oh. Here comes Cade. 1-on-1 against Brunson. Cade down the lane, goes up, and he's fouled.
Knew they were going to give him that.
5.1 left.
They're calling a lot of fouls today.
They're also going.
A lot.
They are.
Both teams are like 25, 30 free throws each.
Here comes
Let's see.
Cade at the free throw line for 2.
They're calling regular season fouls. That's what this is.
Come on, man.
Brunson needs some help here down the stretch, too. He needs somebody else to help. I thought Mikel's giving him a couple of
This
buckets
game's
here.
taking forever. Jeez, it's already
Yeah,
10.
you might need the guy that's standing over there somewhere in the sidelines. I don't know who it is, but
This
he's
is
wearing black. I don't know if we can identify who that is. I'm not seeing right.
You don't think Tom Thibodeau's going to make some adjustments in the last 5 minutes? You don't think he's going to make some adjustments in the last
it's gonna
5
be
minutes?
what
Brunson
Brunson will just bail him out.
analysis.
Brunson will just bail him out for making enough shots.
Yeah, Ryan said he wants Bridges and OG to get involved. I would like to see the last couple of possessions. I haven't loved.
Bridges more so.
Too much isolation, man. Like
Yeah, I don't know who makes
Brunson's going to get well. Listen, he's calling plays. I don't know
Is
how
he?
much he's freelancing.
get.
Oh my God.
The play may just be, hey, Brunson, make the decision.
Well, so I'll say call it. That's terrible if that's just a play.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not saying sometimes that's not the best thing. I'm just
So
saying
a lot
you
of
can't do
coaches
it over
trust
and
their
over.
stars too much.
I think at the 7 to 5 minute, at the 7 to 4 minute mark, that 3 minute stretch.
Yeah.
If you even want to go all the way up to 3.5 to 3 minutes, last 3 minutes, I'm fine with isolation basketball, giving it to your best guy and let the results live. But up until that point, I think you gotta run your fluid system, your offense, because you may catch a spark within that time frame to where you're like, you know what? Maybe we don't need to end the last 3 minutes in isolation.
Maybe we can make some adjustments down the stretch.
I know. I mean,
Listen,
you got to tell me that.
Now, granted, I will want to be fair. The lineup they have on the floor where you got Hart as a non-shooter, you got Mitchell Robinson as a non-shooter. It makes stuff but get some action where you take a little pressure off Brunson. Put it in Bridges' hands. We saw a couple of possessions where Bridges hit some shots, got to the line.
And the positive thing, at least with Bridges is a willing passer. So if you get him in some screen attacking the basket, he can create a shot for. Now he may not be elite in terms of isolation,
and not going to get.
But when you set a pick, he is very active with the basketball. But yeah, that involves making the adjustment. That's not happening right now. So
we'll see.
We'll see.
It feels like it's Captain Clutch time.
Yeah,
it feels like that time. So we'll see. Thanks everybody rocking with us here live.
As we close in, I hold on. Did Dexter say, "Oh, they're gonna"? I told you this is gonna be another cardiac Knicks affair.
See what I was trying to do, right?
Here we go.
I have an explanation. There's a method to my madness.
Okay.
And this is what Brian, I was trying to tell you.
Are you disappointed that we're at this point right
Absolutely, I'm disappointed.
Really?
Yeah.
I expected it.
I thought they would give themselves.
And I think Jalen Brunson's probably just going to bail them out again.
The reason I was saying this, I was trying to make JD not feel like a Jets fan.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
They haven't played well.
I wonder who's them. Bail them out again.
What do you mean?
Because Brian says he's gonna, I expected this. Brunson's just gonna bail them out again.
The team.
Yeah.
Oh, the team.
Oh, you thought them and the coach?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I meant the team because they haven't played well, and then in the fourth quarter they just get isolation heavy. And
oh my God, I just want them to win. So like when Brian Lewis joins us, Brian Lewis from the Post will be joining us right as this is over. I want to talk about the confidence. I want to hear from Brian Lewis. I want to hear from you. The confidence heading into this next series. Or the lack of confidence if they lose this game. Because there might be something else to talk about.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
That's true. But
because
I'd be stunned if they don't finish this game out.
Dexter's questions in the postgame are going to totally change if we lose this game.
Because I don't trust the Pistons in late game situations.
I feel you on this.
And
just
bounces in.
They have the ability. They just haven't been good at it.
5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Karl Anthony Towns is back into this ball game.
So this is very interesting. Knicks better offensive lineup out here. Towns cannot have any stupid fouls.
And here comes Towns. Oh, Towns fakes it. Nice pass to Bridges. Okay, I can live with the result here. They passed the ball a few times. Mikal, fade away. Oh, no good. 92-90. Here we go. Dexter's getting a little nervous. I think Dexter's getting a little nervous, though.
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, Dexter's going to wait till the last minute.
You know what? I know I'm a little nervous
10
on that.
seconds
I
of the
start
shot
leaning
clock.
forward. I'm not even
Here comes
forward.
Cade to Brunson. Cade shoots the three.
Uh-oh. Big shot by Cade Cunningham.
Nervous. Surprised he shot it, too.
No, not yet.
It's only 5. I agree.
You're not nervous yet either, right? No, not yet. I will say this. This is a big possession offensively coming up for the Knicks.
Is it, though? They have 4 minutes.
Yeah, you want to respond quickly. When you get a shot like that, you want to respond quickly.
Bro.
You're nervous.
Bro.
Sweaty palms?
No, because I understand them. I understand momentum, confidence in the moment. You come out of this timeout, you miss a shot. The Pistons are coming into the next possession with ridiculous confidence.
I will say if somehow the Knicks,
in order for them to do what you say they do in terms of not coming through, we have to now bring down their confidence and put pressure on them. As long as they're keeping this lead, they're up more than 3 points. They're not going to feel the pressure in their offensive possession.
If there were 2 minutes left, I'd be like, uh-oh. But there's still mad time. Like,
I think there's at least 4 more possessions before I get.
It's a 2-possession game, and we're gonna have 20 possessions left.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. That's why I'm not like. There's more possessions. There's more possessions before I get nervous. It's.
You still have the best
getting
closer.
Late early.
You still have the best closer in the series.
Okay.
And
wow,
this man's the Cuts Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Leon Rose sighting.
That trophy sucks, and I think it's a silly ass award, but good for Jalen Brunson.
I like the Cuts Player of the Year award. You know what we need to get rid of? I think the award needs to get rid of most improved player. We can get rid of that award.
Because they're not giving it to the
This
right
is
people.
Major.
Pretty much why I feel
We
that way.
talked about adversity. This is major.
Give it to
adversity
Zubats,
right here.
and then I think we can keep
This
it.
is yet another adverse situation. 15 seconds in the shot clock. Here comes Brunson, guarded by Thompson, gets the screen from Cat.
Here comes the
Takes the
Thompson
screen.
foul.
He's down the lane. He gives it to Mikal. And Mikal won. That's a tough shot. That was a clumsy play.
Yeah, I don't know if he meant to high point.
Wow,
like
off the timeout. Good call by the head coach.
I like it, though.
Here comes OG defending Cade Cunningham. 10 seconds in the shot clock. Cade gets the screen. Cade to Hardaway. Hardaway goes up. Hardaway, no good. Fight for the rebound. Duran gets the rebound. Where's the travel? And Hart steals the basketball from Jalen Duran.
I don't think he had possession.
Knicks down 3.
Yeah, I don't think
Here comes Towns. Towns for
Over.
transition 3.
Oh, are you nervous now?
Over 1.5.
Again.
Over 1.5 threes.
95 on. The crowd is on their feet.
See?
Here comes Cade. Goes left. Down the lane.
This is why.
And no call. And Josh Hart's hurt.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Now, that one might have been in the
Groin. Yeah, he might have got kicked in the groin area.
in the child area.
And they're going to call a timeout.
And if you've ever been kicked in the nuts, you understand why that man is
And he
still
also,
down.
not only that, he also fell on his back.
Let's see.
Look how quick the Knicks tied that up. So
That's what I'm
this
saying.
Is why
Like,
it's 21 possessions.
They ran offense. That's how they.
Good
That's how it
offense.
happened.
And Towns.
I mean, I don't know if they ran offense for Towns. I think he just shot.
Well,
that
but
shit.
no,
That's
but
still-
that's part of their good offensive plan. If you wanted
That's-
Towns to take those threes, if Duran's going to give him that much space, take him.
That's where we get into debate. Is it a good shot or not? But this is
I think I was fine with that
because
shot.
Towns is stepping into it. That's a
I have no
shot he
problem.
likes to take.
He's been
I
good
mean,
on trail threes
he-
all year.
If he's going to keep making them, then
I wanted to see him
What can
take
you
more of
say?
those in the series.
And the good thing about that is, hey, and for him to have that confidence at this late in the game to want to take that shot, that's a good sign for him mentally.
It is. I mean, I think
Because-
he's had a quiet 17-10 here today. All
Real
5
quiet.
Knicks starters in double figures.
That quiet won't mean nothing if he's hitting shots in the clutch.
That's what I
that
say all the
matters in New
time.
York. That's the good thing about New York.
I say it all the
You
time.
come through in the clutch, doesn't matter.
You come to the clutch. You had a big bucket by Mikal. Granted, I think that was a little wild shot. He got
Yeah,
it
it
high
was-
enough off the glass.
I think both of those shots were kind of wild. But hey, they made some wild shots last game, and they ended up stealing that
This
one.
is true.
So
But that was a big 3. That 3 was big. And listen, when Towns is taking these shots, they feel good.
Yeah.
When it leaves his hand, it feels good.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm not worried.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ!
What the
Every
hell?
game, I didn't even
Game.
see this.
I didn't even notice that either.
He'll be fine again.
Oh my God.
I don't feel like Jalen Brunson's gonna be fine the whole playoffs, and I don't feel good until he goes back into the locker room and puts his cape on. Only 3 fourth quarter
I
points.
think he
for Jalen
switched his
Brunson.
sneakers too. He was wearing different Kobe's.
Oh, he's out the
He's
game.
not in the game.
Are you nervous now, Dexter?
That makes me nervous. I'll be honest.
Uh-oh, this is not good. Maybe they want to give him a
I think it's
possession
just it
Here's
might just be a
Towns.
shift.
Towns,
Oh,
fade
boy.
away. Towns.
got fouled.
He got
Wow.
fouled.
That was an adventure.
But no call. I thought Harris hit him right on the elbow.
Here comes Cade. Down the oh, he's blocked by Towns, but
By
put
the
back
way,
Durant.
Josh Hart isn't in either.
And this is the storyline now.
It's campaign.
No Jalen Brunson right now.
It's campaign and Deuce McBride in.
Campaign and Deuce McBride.
I think
Moving
now
the
you
Knicks
could
turnover.
be a little like, uh-oh,
Yeah, it's
You
a
know?
little worried.
for different
We
reasons.
were good according to Dex.
It was when
Here
those
comes
guys were in.
Mikal down the lane. Mikal fade away. No,
That's a good shot.
Good shot. He's got to hit that one.
He's got I'm
I'm
Here
a little
comes
nervous
see
here.
now they look. He's coming in with confidence. Look how confident he looks. Look, that's easy money.
Too easy.
See,
Mhm. And Brunson wasn't going to stop that.
this
to be
is
fair,
unbelievable, man.
Brunson and
Hart.
Hart are back at the
You got to
table.
bring him in.
You gotta
They
call
only
a
have one
timeout and get him
timeout.
in the
They only
game.
have one.
That's why they
You
don't
gotta
want to
call a
use it.
timeout.
Oh,
and
it's
get him
cam-
in the game.
It's campaign time. Says
What are we
campaign.
waiting for, man?
Campaign. What is he doing there?
You got to foul him.
And he's taking a shot
No?
that early. So I would.
Oh my god.
Are they in the
This
bonus?
is ridiculous.
Yeah. They are in the bonus.
which is why they didn't want to do it. But
What?
you got to get a better shot than
This
getting
is
it.
going to be.
You can't call timeout though because you only have one. So,
But you got to get your best players in the game,
I
though.
know this is so weird.
This is a tough situation.
You got to get your best players in the game.
The ball needs to find Carl there,
bro.
You got to get Towns.
You know
the
what?
Ball
But
in that possession.
just take him to the bench.
Foul him.
Who cares about the timeout?
Foul him.
See, now I would.
Now,
when it was
yeah.
over 2 minutes, I was
But
like,
not foul him. Absolutely. Oh my goodness.
the block was maybe not the
What
best
is
thing
this
he
ending?
This is unbelievable.
That
All the
could've-
way.
Wow, that
This
could have
is
been a travel.
they don't know what to do.
What?
Oh
my
my god.
That wouldn't.
This is insane.
Yeah, he fouled Ron.
Why
I
did
mean, not Ron Holler. Asar Thompson.
Yeah, why? It looked like Brian
Do it
style.
again, Deuce.
Well, now at this point, you got to play the defense. You got a better defensive game lineup here.
This
Here
is
comes
so
Cade.
Weird.
7 seconds, 5 seconds, 4. Cade.
Oh,
What a pass.
What a pass.
That might be all she wrote.
You
Question:
nervous yet, Dexter?
Is this on coaching?
I said I was nervous.
Legitimately, is this on coaching?
No, because that's a tough
Oh,
call there.
damn it.
I
Here
don't
we
know
go.
if you're gonna. When would you have done it?
I think you need to tell players to foul at some point. I don't know if he was. To be clear, I didn't see
We
him.
didn't see that.
But
See, my thing is, I thought once it was under around after when it got to the minute and a half and they missed the possession when Bridges, that's when I thought you should have fouled. You got to have the last 90 seconds of a 2-possession game with your best players.
Granted, they got the block, but when Duran has the ball in the paint,
Yeah, that's where you had to foul.
like that was really the one for me where I'm like, Carl, just like
But Carl's 5. See, that's the problem.
fair point.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Shut me up.
Yeah, that was the problem right there. You have him with 5. You have him with 5 there, and then it's like, so he's not going to want to foul.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. That's
Was
that's
he
why
not
I felt,
he wasn't double teamed, right? There
no.
was someone else in the vicinity, but I don't know if they were close enough to commit a foul. But Duran gets
It's
the ball,
tough, man, because it's like,
and
do you
Carl
want-
made a great play considering like
Do
the
you want
five
to
foul
use that
situation.
last timeout? What if you're in a situation where you got to advance?
No, I think you need to foul and to preserve the timeout. That's why. All right, so we're getting a replay.
I agree. You got to take the points there. I agree. I
Yeah,
think
you got to foul
there.
at some point.
Yeah, I agree.
See, they could have like.
That's
Oh
a
wait,
great
no, this
pass.
is with Hart. That's with Hart.
Yep, they're already talking about that. Brunson and Hart stood at the table waiting to come in for a while, but Tom Thibodeau,
That's going to be the story.
who had 1 timeout left, opted not to use it to get them in the game.
I think you got to foul there, though. I understand not wanting to use the timeout, but now they got in too late because you wasted a whole 90 seconds of game time.
And who made the decision? The head coach?
That's on the head coach.
Okay,
Now he should have. You got to. I don't know.
this is ridiculous.
Will you
At
go as-
27 seconds? This is we make the adjustment at 27 seconds.
Would you go as far to say? Well, it's not over, so let's see first.
Yeah, big 3 from Bridges. You get fouled?
If they pull a rabbit out of their ass on this one, I was gonna
What's
say
the call?
I was gonna say a joke, but that would have been mean.
Now there's 1 second,
Wait,
1.3
hold on.
from the game clock
There's a
and
clock
the shot clock.
malfunction. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't think they called a foul on that.
I didn't think so either. I was like, that's not correct.
That would have been crazy. All right. Robert Rivera, while disappointing, a roster of broken toys holding up really, really well for Detroit. Hats off. Leon Anthony says, I'm still trying to figure out the right way to watch a watch party since I don't pay for cable.
Well, the right way is that you're here.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you, Leon. We appreciate you.
Yep,
know?
the head coach is getting it.
we got JD on play-by-play.
Yeah.
You know, like
we're gonna
We're
call
giving
this.
you. Look, I don't know. It's a tough situation.
that's a smart move.
What's
That
the smart move?
the halls, I didn't even peep.
Oh yeah. I've been dealing with like allergies, scratchy throat last
That's
couple
a
days.
smart move.
I think the campaign doing campaign stuff, shoot with 17 on the shot clock, that was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's not on the coach. That's campaign.
A lot of Mikal Bridges. I would have liked to have seen Towns get the ball.
Yeah, but on that lineup,
One or
who was
two
a better
more.
option than Mikal Bridges? The lineup they had out there.
No. I'm saying like you look at Towns.
Yeah.
You know, like we've talked about attacking Tobias Harris matchup, and I know Tobias Harris has guarded him, all things considered, reasonably well at points in this series, but That's still a matchup you can go to.
Here we go.
Campaign can't decide the game. 24.3. I mean 25.3. It should be. Yeah, nailed it.
But it's only a 1.3 second differential. So
you have to foul. Yeah, you have to foul.
Here.
You have to foul.
You have to, I don't know.
Can you even foul Duran?
You can go for one steal.
Is Duran on the court? No.
Doesn't
look like it.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, fight for the ball.
Oh,
no.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Wow, they had it. Foul. What are you doing?
Shooters fouled.
God, they had a great chance.
They had it.
Good free throw shooter, too.
Chance.
They had.
That was as good as a situation as you could have wanted to happen initially with the inbound.
Honestly.
East Blue Drew, our guys, fire tips. Cam and Deuce, when we are.
JD looked up immediately.
Hey. East Blue Drew, shout out to East Blue Drew. Said fire tips.
I don't know how anyone can watch the series and think the head coach isn't an issue. Well, unbelievable. Come on. Schroeder makes the first free throw.
What's crazy?
The Knicks are 16 seconds away from going back to Detroit.
I just took the Knicks plus 5.5 live.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
you're a junkie.
Yeah, that's borderline.
I'm mad you even looked at that.
Yeah,
it was plus 100.
That's an addiction.
Nah, I'm having a bad betting night. So I'm like,
that's what the addicts say.
I need a.
Hey, he missed the free throw.
That's kind of huge.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If they make a, do you have
Here
to shoot a three?
No. Anunoby.
He's gonna shoot a three.
Anunoby shoots the three.
Good.
Oh,
that looked good.
What a shot from OG Anunoby. Knicks down one.
That looked good.
With 5.7 to go in the fourth. Oh, smacks. Bryan has a chance.
Bryan has more than a chance here.
Bryan has a shot.
Oh no, plus 5.5. We're good. Now
Bryan has a chance.
You know what I'd like a chance for? Overtime.
It's 10-20.
If we do get overtime, we'll be able to see the head coach make more adjustments.
That's right.
Or not.
Damn, this game's been going.
That missed free throw was huge. Also, the fact that I thought they
had. Is
that
the Larry Johnson spot?
No, that was a little bit more over, but close.
Wow. OG and
would have minded the Larry Johnson whistle there.
Oh my God. Because I was wondering that because Cade's arm went down a little bit. It wasn't enough to make
104, 103.
Yo.
Foul, and then you're going to have a look to tie the game.
But will they foul?
The Knicks have to foul the Pistons.
You got to get Payne in here. You got to get these guys. You got to get your speed out on the floor so that you can have ball denial and maybe force it into a player. The head coach has to look at percentages, and he has to create something to where you want to give the ball to the weakest free throw shooter that's on the court for the Detroit Pistons. That has to be the defensive game plan here. Now, you don't have that many seconds to play around, so you got to have crisp ball denial, and you have to foul immediately.
You got to sit Towns and Mitch also since you're fouling.
I'm fouling Schroeder again. I'm hoping Schroeder gets the ball.
You got to foul anybody.
I'm putting the pressure right back on him.
The person, I don't know if he's on the
thinking
court.
about it.
I wish Tim Hardaway Jr. was on the court.
Schroeder is on the court, but he's going to inbound the ball.
He's going to inbound it.
You got Schroeder.
I mean, they have good free throw shooters.
Harris, Cunningham.
You have McBride, Roman. McBride is the free safety here. 104, 103, 5.7 seconds to go.
This series is crazy.
Here we go.
Oh, my God.
It's been the best series in the East, for sure.
Yeah.
It's back-to-back years for the Knicks in the first round.
Good ball denial?
Good ball denial, and Cade is fouled.
Okay.
Yeah, but they fouled him quickly, so that's okay. I'm not going to look in the comment section in case anyone's ahead. I'm not going to look at anything just in case anyone's ahead.
3 games in the series decided by 9 total points. Last 3 games, excuse me.
And the first one was all Pistons until the fourth quarter, where the Knicks flipped it. And that wasn't a big blowout either, I don't think. I think it was double digits, though. Boston took the lead against
What's
Orlando.
crazy here is what if Cade misses one of these, and that's why that last miss.
Well, because the thing is,
Schroeder
will the
was
head
so
coach
important.
foul? That's why you hope he misses a free throw, and Cade makes the first free throw.
The Knicks called. No one has any timeouts left.
No, both teams are out of timeouts now, so this is huge.
So if you're Detroit, do you foul?
Well, what if you miss his free throw? Then you don't. It's not.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Him making this is essential.
105, 103, 5.4 seconds to go here.
I don't
This
like
is
fouling
it.
up three
Cade,
personally.
second free throw is up, and he makes it.
All right, here we go. Some crazy
Here
shit
comes
might
Deuce.
happen.
5, 4, 3. Oh,
Foul.
I knew they were going to. I could see the way Thompson was setting up
Yeah.
and angling him. He was trying to foul.
And if you need a foul, call Asar Thompson. Do you like fouling up three, just in general?
I do.
Do y'all like that?
And I was on the other side. I
This is
do.
side out, or this is 2 free throws?
That's a good question.
This is side. Oh,
No,
it's
free
2
throws.
free
No,
throws.
Oh, that's tough. So yeah, now they're gonna bring in
Bryan
Durant.
has pressure to make the first.
You need Mitch. You need Mitch here.
But you sub him after the first free throw.
and he
and he
missed
missed
the
Oh
first.
my goodness.
Worst
Ah.
case scenario.
Wow.
It's
You
over.
serious?
Now
He
he
has
has to.
He
miss
has
it.
to, and you got to
Wow.
throw it back out. Like I don't even know how you make this happen. This has to be like a perfect miss.
That's not on Tibbs. The missed free throw.
No.
Now having Deuce out there, one would argue.
This is unbelievable.
That's
What a-
crazy. What's Deuce's a free throw
You nervous
percentage?
yet, Dexter?
I said I was nervous in 2 minutes and 30 seconds when Brunson wasn't in the game. That's what I said. I was
Nervous yet,
nervous.
Dexter? It's
Carmelo
only two-
Anthony looks nervous. What's he talking about?
Carmelo Anthony, he's already thinking about.
Oh,
damn, I gotta
man.
fly out to Detroit.
We might see y'all Thursday.
Oh my god.
We might see
We
y'all
might
Thursday.
see you guys Thursday night.
Yeah. All right.
Unbelievable.
Whoa. Woo!
Well, we were having an interesting conversation about expectations in the next round.
I love to talk about the gorilla right now.
I had Knicks in 6 from the beginning. That's
Oh.
what
I
I
had
point
Knicks in
out.
5. What was your prediction for this before the series?
Knicks in 5.
Well,
That's why I'm upset.
I had Knicks in
I
6.
had it as a decisive.
Hey, look at
look
Ruben.
at our guy Ruben.
We both shouted him
Yeah,
out.
shout out to Ruben.
Both worked at him at St.
All
Francis.
right, got a miss here.
Oh,
Nobody there.
nobody there. They had the
that's it.
bounce
The
too.
Knicks lose.
Knicks got the bounce they wanted, but nobody was at the 3-point line.
Live
and they
cover.
lose.
Yo, did you see that? It said
106.
Knicks
And
win
the
The
4-1. It
Pistons are now thinking
I saw that.
said
guys.
Knicks win 4-1 in the quarter.
The Pistons are now thinking, hey guys, we won. We're good. We got what we wanted.
No, I don't think that because now they're at home.
No, I'm saying because they're playing with house money. So this is what as an organization they've already won.
I get what you're saying.
They've won 2
I get what
games
you're
in the
saying.
series.
Yeah.
And also they're giving themselves an opportunity where they're saying you're gonna have to beat us at home in Detroit. Because of that, if you do that, we tip your cap and good luck to the next round. As an organization, this is a win for them.
I thought Game 4 was going to be the game that they took, and then the Knicks would win 5
I
and 6.
felt good about that game.
And I wasn't sure.
Unbelievable.
As the game unfolded, I was like, okay, the Knicks will. But I thought they would take this one too, up until that weird check-in situation. Because if that didn't happen, legitimately, I think
But
that.
see, that's the thing I think that's going to get lost in this game is the Knicks were down 2 when that whole weird subbing situation
that went on
happened.
for 2 minutes.
I know.
Like that was a very important stretch. And granted, look, Brunson and Hart were hurt. What are you going to do? You had 1 foul, but you have to. I mean, you had 1 timeout.
It's a fouling.
You
You
have
have
to-
to timeout.
You have to foul.
I wouldn't have used the timeout. You
No, you have
sacrificed
to
the 2
foul.
points. You had to foul.
You can't use a timeout. You need that timeout.
Yeah, that's my thing. You
You can't
gotta
use
use it.
timeout.
You gotta foul.
Yeah.
You got to foul there. Everybody rocking with us. I'm laughing at people in the comments. Pistons about to kill us next game. East Blue Drew. I love you. I've never seen you say anything positive. You've been on all our live shows the whole season. And listen, if Knicks Nation is pissed off right now, I'm surprised JD did not throw his chair. I understand it.
I mean, I don't think they're going to lose the series now. You know, like I don't think it's going to be
Except
that.
the Knicks fans.
You know, you're playing with fire because, like, if this goes to 7, because it can, because all we've had 5 close games. Even that first one.
Yep.
We've had
Where's your
5
other
close
pack?
games.
Just for this. The other one.
This is
I got it.
We've had 5 close games so far. And ultimately, like, the way this series has played out, you can't go into game 6 and be like, oh, like, Detroit got there too, especially on their home floor, where Detroit hasn't won a game yet in this series. That's the other piece of this. It's
Right.
like, do you think Detroit's really going to go 0-3 at home? They could. Because
could,
the Knicks
but
have
the
been the Knicks have been there's 2 things. The Knicks have been very good on the road, and the Knicks have been very good after a loss against the spread. Very good after a loss, generally
Awful
speaking.
loss, man.
So
This is a bad loss. There's no way
It's
of
a bad,
putting
it's a
it,
bad
of saying
loss.
that. But the Knicks could also go into this being like, we've won twice on this home court already, so why should we not be confident we could do it again?
Why we got to be in that situation?
Yeah,
I
agree.
don't disagree with that.
And that's what this is what had Knicks fans worried about this game, that they're in the situation.
You don't want to give
close
teams
it
hope
out. You don't want to
when
give
you're
teams
better.
hope.
Yeah.
I don't like this is a bad loss. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Is it a weird situation at the end? But the team's got to know the foul. You got to see your guys at the corner there. And that's what I'm going to be waiting to see what our guy Stephen Bondi tweets out, what all the beat reporters say after the game.
Line is open. Pistons are 1.5-point favorites Thursday.
Oh, this guy knows that already.
I had to check.
Listen for your ear. So
I had
when
to
Brian
check.
Lewis comes on,
Because
you
here's the
you
thing.
can talk to him.
Thursday, was it Thursday? No.
Yeah.
Whenever game, I don't remember the days. Who cares? Game 4, this is what happened. The Knicks opened as favorites, and it flipped immediately.
I remember that, yes.
Immediately to the Pistons. And the Knicks ended up winning that game, so ultimately it didn't matter. I mean, some people would argue the call, whatever. It was literally 1.5. Like, I'm just giving you an idea of how, like, these sharpest bettors think about these things. So if this line moves, and it's already Pistons -2, actually, at the time I'm talking about this. So it's moved from -1.5 to -2. Doesn't mean the Pistons are all of a sudden going to win the game, but it tells you where some of that early money is coming in, and that's indicative of how people may feel about this. People who are not just like the random public bettors because they haven't gotten in on the market yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting in doing that. I see a lot of people in the comments joining us here for the post game that are not happy. Our guy JD not happy at all whatsoever.
Dev says JD is so sick of Tibbs.
Oh man, he's so sick.
I think that's true.
But we have our guy who's going to join us now for this post game report. He is a fantastic sports reporter. He joins us every game after these Knicks watch parties. It is Bryan Lewis, sports reporter for the New York Post. Bryan, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. We're better than Knicks feel right now, that's for sure. Oh, the Knicks fans. Knicks fans are not happy right now, Bryan. They are upset. And the first thing they're going to want to know is, or I'm intrigued from you, what did you think about when Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson are out the game? They're trying to come back in. It's about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. And there's one timeout left for the Knicks. Should Tibbs have used the timeout? Should the team have fouled to get those guys back in? What did you think about what went on there over the final almost 2 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I was moderately surprised.
Oh, sure.
I understand where you're trying to get them. You're trying to have your cake and eat it too. And you're trying not to use the timeout. You say, okay, I'm going to get an opportunity. Once you get to a certain point, you know, he made his bed and he decided to lie in it. Yeah, I guess. In hindsight, yes, clearly that was a mistake in judgment. He gambled on that and he lost.
Yeah, he did. Do you look at that as a failure on Tibbs? Because you know the Fire Tibbs crew, and we have JD here, who's been critical of Tibbs. But is this an indictment and the reason they lost the game? I would say no. There's a lot of other issues you can look at in this game, but would you say this is the reason they lost the game?
No, I mean, listen. Tibbs didn't go out and shoot 59% from the free throw line. Now, I mean,
fair.
That's unacceptable. I don't blame that on him. Now, if they want to move on and they want to move in a different direction, that's up to them. I wouldn't necessarily point to one game for a decision that big. I mean, that's a major overhaul. That's a major decision. I'm not here to say whether they should be or should not be doing that.
Right.
I'm here to say they shouldn't be doing that based on 2 minutes or 1 minute or one ill-advised decision not to call a timeout. And I think the last time I was on with you guys, we discussed players having to take ownership while they're on the floor. Again, it's the charity stripe. It's supposed to be free. 59%?
Not going to get it done.
I mean, Bryan, to that point.
That ain't it. 59% in a playoff game that's not going to get it done.
To that point, The Pistons get 10 more points off of free throws because they're 26 of 36. They were 72%, which isn't awesome, but it was a lot better than the Knicks were. But I think the more damning thing, if you will, is that the Knicks, I mean, they shot 36% from three. They didn't shoot a ton of them. The Pistons won a game where they shot 27% from three, and now they're going back home after shooting 38% from three the first three games of the series, 24 and 27% since. Like, what do you make of the trends and what that could indicate for Game 6?
Well, one, yes. I mean, I was going to say it's amazing that you hold a team to 8 for 29 from deep and you can't win.
Mm-hmm.
And that was going to be the segue into the free throw shooting. I do think and I think we also talked about this in Game 1. The Pistons, in my feeling, was that the Pistons were going to get more confident as this went on.
You said that, yeah.
I thought it could be really short or go 7. I still stand on 7 at this point.
Oh, nobody would. No, see, Knicks fans are not trying to hear that, no, Brian. They're not trying to hear. Nobody's trying to hear anything.
He's doing his
job.
job
7 right now.
No,
I'm not saying Brian shouldn't do his job. Brian is going to do his job and do it well. I'm just telling
that's more
you
for the people.
The people don't want to see it. It's not for you, Brian. Of course, you have a job you're going to do. But all right, I guess I'll ask you this, because now it's going back to Detroit for Game 6. This is not what the Knicks fan base wanted. I'm pretty damn sure it's not what the Knicks wanted.
Well, when you have an opportunity to close them out, which is what they should have done, now it all of a sudden goes from, I don't want to say impossible to see an avenue for them to lose. 5% is not 0, but it's pretty tiny. To now looking at it is, it's closer to 20%. And I'm saying teams that are up 3-1, I think was 95%. Teams up 3-2, now you're at like 83%.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, it's not good, and it's definitely a disappointing loss for this team. Is there anything, if you're the Knicks, that you can take out of this game as a positive? I think for me, one would be the play of Mitchell Robinson. I thought was pretty good. You have been calling for him to get more minutes in this series. I was talking with our guy JD here about that being adjustment that we saw at the end of the third quarter when Cat got in foul trouble and Tibbs went to Mitchell Robinson and then stayed with him when Cat picked up his 5th foul. Does this solidify more of the case for Mitchell Robinson getting more minutes, particularly in Game 6?
I mean, I think it does. It would to me. I can't sit here and predict what Tibbs is going to do, but to me, he stated his case, stated it loudly, and stated it well. I think you need more of what he's giving you. And if that means them on the floor together, so be it. But I think he needs to get minutes. And when he was given minutes, he performed with them.
Do you worry about his free throw shooting? Because you mentioned the free throw shooting earlier. He was 3 for. I think they need more of the Cat Mitch minutes, and I think Mitch generally helps them and is more of a positive than a negative. But he did shoot 3 for 7 on free throws, and Detroit seems to be aware, like, hey, we can target him, foul him, send him to the line, and live with that. Is that something that's worrisome for them the rest of the series?
I would be lying if I said it's not. It is worse. I mean, he wasn't the only one out there missing free throws. I mean, Deuce missed a couple. Brunson, who was asked to do a ton, obviously. Missed 3.
Missed 3.
Mikhail missed 1. So it wasn't like it wasn't like this was a good performance from the Knicks from the stripe where it's just skewed, by Hackimich and him missing 4.
Yeah.
I would be lying if I said it's not a concern. And clearly in the playoffs, if there's a scab, people are going to pick at it. And that's a scab, yes.
Okay. Do you have concerns about Jalen Brunson's ankle, being that we saw it again, like there was some difficulty with it? He obviously had to stay out for a stretch that ended up determining the game. But, now only 1 day of rest until Game 6. Is that a concern, you think?
It is. Maybe I'm paranoid. It's always a concern for me at this point. When you've seen when you've seen this repeatedly, it's always going to be a concern. Now I'm encouraged by him being able to come in. I think obviously his importance is greater than Hart's, but just physically, I'm more concerned just the way Hart walked off. Just seeing him limping off, clearly not right. That's more concerning to me when I just wonder, well, who's going to be available? Who will be compromised when they're out there? But obviously, Brunson's importance and history means you have to be worried about that.
Yeah. And Brunson keeps coming back. That's the other thing. Hard.
Right. I mean, it's amazing. He just
Right.
he gets hurt, he regenerates, he finds his way back out there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
JD, you got anything for Bryan?
How do you see this the rest of the series going? In terms of, now they go into Detroit, and I talked about how, Detroit has to feel well about where they are, because now the Knicks have to beat them at their own home court. And do you think the Knicks now feel a lot of pressure going into Game 6?
Well, I mean, it's hard for me to sit here and tell you what's in their minds. Some guys could be feeling that pressure and some guys less so. I mean, they have a pretty experienced group. I mean, it's not like they have a bunch of kids. I always thought this was less about the Knicks being rattled by Detroit's home court advantage, which, frankly, they're just rebuilding after, years of picking away at what used to be one of the great home court advantages. And more about the Pistons gaining confidence as this goes on. I think the Pistons will be supremely confident going in. I don't think they will be taking the Knicks as lightly as they did, if you'll recall, when they went back to Detroit and then came out flat, as if they somehow thought the Knicks were going to roll over or disintegrate or whatever. So I would be more concerned just about those young kids over there now all of a sudden feeling themselves and being confident than I am worried about the Knicks and their mental stability or inability to handle that home court.
Yeah, it almost seems like the Knicks should know what they have to do on Thursday. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. They're going to have to clean up some of the mistakes. But I will have to ask you this, because it's been the word of the night. The word of the night has been adjustments. So what adjustments, if any, should Tom Thibodeau make here? Because, listen, Bryan, and this is a debate JD, our guy, and I were having.
As we see the Celtics up 79-60.
That's the
throughout
thing.
this.
I'm sorry, the Celtics are what?
They're up 17 after they were trailing at halftime and were trailing earlier
in a closeout game in Boston.
Yeah.
So now the Celtics are going to likely get their rest.
Yeah.
That the Knicks are not going to get. They're going to have the extra rest that the Knicks didn't need. I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
But we'll
19-point lead.
But are there any adjustments in your eyes that the coach has to make for this Game 6 for the Knicks to win? Or is it just simply the players got to come out and execute things? I don't know, Bryan, like hitting free throws?
I think some extra free throw work can't hurt. I mean, I get it. These are pros and millionaires, and maybe they think they're beyond that. I get it. This isn't Hoosiers, but some extra free throw work, maybe. And not to beat a dead horse, but yeah, I mean, I did like the minutes for Mitch. I wouldn't mind again, seeing more of that and the two of them together. I'd like to see them. I know this is going to sound crazy. I would like to make sure that these guys have it in their heads. And if this should be something that shouldn't have to be said, but maybe it does have to be said by Tibbs. I would want to make sure that their minds are right and focused on themselves and the Pistons and not any referees. I can't with these guys complaining with it. After you win a game, the way you won a game, and we were sitting there discussing that call ad nauseum, and I said, that there is a foul. I understand that people are human and they make mistakes, but I said, that's a foul. And you won a game based on a foul, and now you're chirping at refs in this game.
They're doing it a lot, to your point.
Not a good
I'm
look.
sorry?
They're doing it a lot, to your point. Like a lot.
Yes.
They're chirping at refs.
Yes. Just chirping, yelling, screaming, tears coming down. I can't, man. I can't.
Now,
Just make sure that their minds are right and focused and
play.
keep the main thing the main thing. That shouldn't have to be said, but maybe Tibbs does have to say that.
maybe. Don't look at me like that.
That would be good coaching, would it not?
No, well, I mean, that's what we're discussing, right? We're saying, what do I want to see him do? It shouldn't be necessary, but sometimes things
you
that
gotta
aren't
say some
necessary
We
are.
all need a reminder of the simpler things every now and again.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So, Brian, you just heard JD and Fonseca mention this. Boston up 17 or whatever they are.
21 now.
21 now.
After the third quarter.
Does that make this loss worse because the Knicks had a chance to not play with their food, wrap things up, have the same rest possibly as Boston, but now they will not, very likely, unless Orlando has a major. No, Orlando's not coming back. They struggle offensively. They struggle offensively. I don't even know why I'm doing
They're
this.
not coming back. They're not
We know
coming
they're
back.
not coming
I mean,
back,
I think
right?
Boston has gotten past that. They've grown past that stage of a couple of years ago where they would always be
They used to play with their food.
unserious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they would always be unserious and do stupid stuff and give away a game against somebody that they shouldn't. I think they've grown past that.
So does this, the fact that Boston's winning tonight, does this make this worse for the Knicks? Or do you look at this as something that could be a lesson for them? You know, moving forward and how to not play with your food? Because this team clearly has not learned that yet, is what I'm saying.
It is not. I hear what you're saying, and I don't disagree with you. I just feel at this point, with the lack of use, by and large, of the bench and the health of some of the major factors in your starting lineup, I want to play as few games in as few minutes and get as much rest as possible.
I feel you.
Yep.
And I don't want to mess up and play with any of those things. And tonight they messed up and now they're dealing with that. So no, I get you. And it can be a lesson and hopefully it is one that they learn. But if it is a lesson, boy, it's going to be costly.
Well, I'll tell you what will be costly. If this thing's coming back to Madison Square Garden,
oh my goodness,
that's not gonna be fun. We love seeing you, Brian, but we don't need to see you after a stressful situation. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure I'm wrong. If I think it's 7, then the Knicks will probably win by 40.
What
fans? And they won't come back here.
The fans here in the chat are tripping.
Yeah, we should close with that. We should get to
we're gonna get to some of the fans in the chat.
Yeah,
but Brian, thank you, man. We appreciate you coming on with us after every game, and we'll talk to you after Game 6. I thought we were going to be off on Thursday, but we will be working. All of us will be working, so we will be back here on Thursday. We'll see you then.
Yes. See you then.
No problem. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. That's
Brian
Lewis, great sports reporter for the New York Post, joining us here on the post game. And now we're here with our guy, JD.
Wow.
JD is exhaling. Do you hear the stress? He said, IFB, get out of here. We don't need none of that anymore. How you feeling, man?
It's a bad loss, man. It's a bad loss because I do think, listen, at the end of the day, the trajectory of the Celtics and the Knicks, they're two different trajectories right now because of obviously expectations. And as you mentioned, the Celtics are experienced. They know, they understand this moment. They've also had more chemistry with this team to respond to a night like tonight where they were down 9. And they come back, and now they're on their way to closing it out. Where this Knicks team, this is their first year with this group, and you see the ups and downs of this first series and the adversity that they're facing now. This is the first time that they're doing it as a group. With that being said, you can't shy away from the expectations that this team has. Can't shy away from, the fact that you had a moment where you could have clinched tonight for the first time since 1999, as we talked about. So it was a great opportunity to celebrate in your home floor. And now, if you want to have that same moment, that means we have to go through the stress again in game 6. And I don't want to put myself in a situation of banking on milestones and doing history and all that. I don't care about that anymore. Tonight was the night to care about that.
I understand that.
Now there's no moment to care about that. And I do think that maybe not in the front office eyes, maybe not with the more, objective lens, but I think from a fan base standpoint, I do think that they look at the way the Celtics are playing tonight. They do look at the way the Indiana closed the series tonight. And it just adds to your frustration of this team throughout the year, because it's been a very challenging, very interesting season for this new New York Knicks. So that's why I think it just adds to the stress levels that we've had this season and the frustration of, and here comes the narratives again about the killer instincts. You know what I mean? Like all that. It's going to come back, whether you agree with it or not. I'm just saying.
Right.
You can't
the conversation.
You can't say they don't have killer instinct after game 4 just happened. You can't do that.
Well, what people will say is that
you can't say it.
It's the only series in the East that's still going because Boston's going to finish this one. Cleveland finished theirs, but Indy finished Milwaukee.
Up a lot
these are what people
we
have
that.
comments.
You can't say them come back from 11 in the fourth quarter last game. Come back the way it came and say the team doesn't have any killer instinct.
I think the response.
You said they might not know how to close out a series.
No, but I think the response you'll get was you did it against the Pistons. I think that's what people will hold against them, for better or for worse.
But the Knicks, I'm not trying to be defender, but I'm trying to be fair here.
Right? But
do they have the toughest matchup to close out of any team in the East? Yes, they did.
Then
Absolutely. Milwaukee? You thought Indiana? You thought the Knicks closing it out tonight is easier? It was an easier spot for them than Indiana closing it out against Milwaukee, who had Giannis and dudes?
Giannis is Giannis.
It's Giannis and dudes.
If you're
Gary Trent Jr. played 48 minutes in the game. What are we talking about?
But if you're a casual fan, you're looking at Detroit as Caden dudes. And dudes ain't even they
better than Milwaukee right now.
Their second most. This is a team whose second most preferred shot offensively during the season was a Malik Beasley 3-point shot.
I get that, but everybody thought that this series was tougher than those other series. So all I'm saying is, a lot of y'all was out here picking at 6 and 7. You picked them at 6.
I picked them at 6.
So why are we shocked here? I should be shocked. I picked them at 5.
I picked them at 6.
I should be shocked.
And I had Knicks up 2-1 after 3.
The narratives about
I thought they would finish the game up until that stretch where
what I'm saying is the narratives about this team. I've not liked how they played against the elite teams in the league. You and I have talked about that.
Me neither.
About that. Yeah. But I think the narrative about them, they've been a very clutch team thanks to Jalen Brunson. They've shown fight and come back. You can't say they haven't fought. That you can't say. Now, did they play with their food tonight? Absolutely. Did they not do the little things? Because all of you guys out there talking about the timeout. If they hit the free throws, if they hit half of the free throws, they win this game.
Half of the ones they missed.
They win this game. That's it. It's literally in basketball. It turns out if they cut 30% of their turnovers, they probably win this game.
Let's hit some comments too. I
do think the whole free throw conversation tonight may be a little skewed because 4 of those were missed by 6 of those were missed by McBride and Mitch, and 4 of those was missed by Mitch. Which do you really count Shaq missing free throws as a team stat when
I'll say
that's expected?
Shaq always
and Mitch is the one that gave
Shaq made a lot of them.
But what does Shaq always say? I'll make it when it matters, right? He always say, and he did.
And Deuce also missed
Mitch
one.
missed them in the third.
Deuce missed one on
one,
purpose.
And then he missed
the first one. Was
missed
bad though.
But that's what I'm saying. He missed the one that he had to.
Yeah.
And then he missed the first one. But in that moment, him making the first one was not going to guarantee anything because he still had to miss the second one. And the time, it was still a tough spot.
The point is only if you're making the first
so that's
one,
6 off the
only
stats.
give you a chance if you shoot a 3, you can win the game.
When you really look at it, it's the 3 by Brunson. He was 7 of 10 from the free throw line.
Yeah.
And I think from a free throw standpoint, he missed 3, and then he had a terrible game. So if you want to look at it from a player,
I mean, it's fair.
Captain Clutch was the one player, in my opinion, that did not come through tonight. And if you want to look at it from a player standpoint, I think if he has a better game, the Knicks win tonight.
I don't think that's unfair. I don't think that's unfair at all. It's not like I was pulling up the box score again. It's not like anybody had a tremendous game. I know there's 6 Knicks in double figures in this one. OG Anunoby, who was pretty quiet in the second half, went 8 of 13. Jalen Brunson's 4-16. He's not shot the ball well in the series. He had a great shooting game 4, fourth quarter.
Let's hit the comments because we have a
that.
ton. Like we have a lot.
Well, there's a lot of people arguing in the comments.
Yeah.
They're fighting.
Yeah.
They are fighting out there. Y'all are so mad.
Yeah, we have a ton of comments. Let me see. Vincent Chambers, the Knicks are going to have nothing left in the next series with the evil emoji. There were some Pistons or Celtic fans also jumping in. We appreciate y'all for watching also.
Hit that like button.
Yeah.
Hit that subscribe button.
Oh, Vincent Chambers is a Pistons fan. He says Detroit basketball, but he also concedes that the Knicks will have nothing left in the next series. So to your house money point earlier, I mean, I do think fans feel like they got what they wanted in terms of pushing us to back to 6. We got Colonel Forbin saying Detroit basketball, NY floppers. We have East Blue Drew saying everything. Just everything. Size 9 is going at it with a bunch of people saying Mitch is a backup center. When will y'all put this through your heads? I would say to that Size 9 that some of their best lineups as of late have included Mitchell Robinson. He's not really a backup center on every NBA team. And it's an adjustment that they can go to because him and Karl Anthony Towns, there could be some chemistry.
But we weren't saying when we're talking about this, and I saw when he responded to that, we're not saying that Mitch is somehow this huge difference maker for the team. He does help in terms of
he's giving them good minutes.
Just giving them good minutes. That's all we're saying. And we're saying, could we see some more minutes? And to use the word adjustment again, Tibbs did that at sometimes. But let's also be real. We've talked about this. The Knicks bench stinks. This was their best bench performance, thanks to Mitchell Robinson in the series, right? But none of that's going to change. This is what it is with this team. Miles McBride, it's not giving us enough offensively. We short Landry Shamet did. Sorry, my fellow Steelers fan. He came in and took a shot. Tibbs clearly doesn't trust him right now, right? So this is the question here with the fan base. This is the vibe here with the fan base, guys. Right now, everybody's like, oh, they lost this game. They can't beat Boston. They can't beat Boston.
I didn't think they could beat Boston before this.
But everybody's jumping out the window on this. Maybe sometimes this is the truth. Maybe things are not as great as it was after game 4 when you win. And sometimes things aren't as bad as it is when you lose. People felt so bad after game 2. And then they won 2 in a row.
Well, ultimately,
that's just the truth
but
sometimes.
Like, here's the thing, because people in the comments have been like they've wanted us.
He couldn't light his victory cigar.
People in the comments have wanted us to be like harder on the team. And to me, this is relative to expectations. Going into the season, to me, this team was a tier below the Celtics and the Cavaliers. And I think the Celtics and the Cavaliers are the best 2 teams in the East. I think the Knicks are 3rd, maybe 4th, depending on how you feel about the Pacers. I think that would be an interesting series, right? But regardless, I think they're on the next tier, perhaps with Indiana. Maybe a healthy Milwaukee, though I doubt it. And it doesn't even matter at this point. So to me, as someone who had Knicks in 6, like, this isn't like earth-shattering or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
The way that they lost, you could say is a little problematic, but like, how did you expect them to lose in like a good way? It was gonna be a silly loss.
I'm not contradicting myself here because JD and I talked about this at the beginning. I did think this was an important night for the fan base and the franchise to win this game and close it out at home, and they weren't able to do that. I thought it was also major for the team moving forward and getting ready for the next round to win this and put this away. So I understand the frustration of the fans. I'm saying that. I understand all that.
We got to get some more comments.
Same time.
There's so many.
At the same time, is it the end of the world? Remember how some of y'all felt after game 2? That was just a couple days ago. Y'all were ready to jump out the window, and then they won 2 games in Detroit.
They've been really good after a loss.
The Knicks have done that for most of the year.
With Tibbs, period, they've been really good.
What I'm asking everybody is,
actually,
what reason do you have to believe that they will not bounce back here in game 6?
Just because every game has been super close, and to Brian's point, like some people might be worried about, like, what if Jalen Brunson actually has the injury that he can't come back from, and we don't know the status of Josh Hart.
This man kept asking me all through the 4th quarter, are you nervous, Dex? Are you nervous? Are you nervous? The time I was nervous when Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart went out the game. That's when I was nervous about things for the Knicks.
I mean, look, the series has been really tight. All right, a bunch of other comments that we had. By the way, Celtics are up 101-75. That's over.
We know it's over. Josh here says the Knicks will be fine in the series. Chill out. LOL.
With 2 All-NBA players, he's like, we're up.
Agree.
I think that's where you're at. I don't think they're gonna blow the series. I think they'll win game 6, but it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if Detroit just like had a good game at home for once. You know what I mean?
And this is nobody's trying to hear that.
Like objectively,
No, I hear
like
you.
just looking at it, I'm like, I
Bro,
can't.
you've lost 2 games at the Garden this series.
That's now you can tell me that's disappointing.
That's why the Knicks, like the predictions
Yeah.
is one prediction, and I think sometimes fans because that you make a prediction, and as long as that prediction is still alive,
you feel good.
You feel good. You're like, no, it's fine. I said Knicks is 6. We good, right? But then when you look at, because we talked about
process,
the journey to get to that point. What is the evaluation that you're getting, and if it was Knicks in 6 with it being 1-1 in Detroit, then it's like, okay, we're heading to a different, they win tonight. Let's go Knicks in 6.
Actually, let's do it
But
that way.
they
Can we just
lost
put
2
up
at the
comments?
Garden.
Can we just put up comments as we're talking? Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, they lost 2 at the Garden. And again, I think even for the Knicks in 6 predictions, you should have adjusted your expectations tonight because of the moment. And because what this moment could have done for your team when you consider, as you mentioned, the injury scares with Mitchell Robinson, with, Brunson's at a point where he's getting his ankle nicked up with nobody even around him. At one point, nobody was around him. He's like, oh, my ankle. So you're running the risk.
That's a legit,
And this is a grueling series too. This is not like, this is a physical series.
In these, you're right. Everything you said is right.
Josh, I speak fluent Knicks. We lose a game and it's the end of the world. We win a game and there's Spider-Man.
That is the New York Knicks experience. To your point, in these games where it's so grueling, every little thing matters. It's hard to overcome a bad shooting performance from Brunson. You miss free throws. Granted, I do think the context in which you talked about the missed free throws is absolutely accurate.
Sure.
Right? Brunson missed 3 free throws in this game.
Nick Yak said beat him in every category, should have won. Well, not free throws.
Not free throws. And that matters. Yeah. Like I think sometimes fans ignore the little things in game. Turnovers and free throws, my high school coaches say this all the time. Those are little things people overlook, and they matter so much in tight, grueling games. Take the word you mentioned. I agree with you.
I just think that the playoffs are about, because Brian said something about, listen, I still don't think this is going to happen with the Celtics. But I just feel like we shouldn't be talking about that. Like, that shouldn't be
you mean at this point in the series, we shouldn't be talking about it?
Because we should be building momentum towards an anticipated series. We should be building momentum towards us saying we got a shot against the Celtics. We knew going into the playoffs, we're going to be the underdogs, right? But let's take the first round as a momentum shifting, momentum building series to where you're going in the second round with like, yo, let's go, let's do it. If we would have won tonight, you cannot tell me that you're not going home tonight like, yo, I know they swept us. I think
Knicks fans would be doing that, actually. Yeah.
Knicks fans would you start getting into, if you want to say delusion, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you would.
But now it's more of the same regular season talk of, okay, we're going to win in 6. But in other words, what are we doing this series that is going to give you the confidence against the Celtics?
And you have a restless advantage.
Let me say this.
You're losing games at the Garden.
Let me say this.
You had a controversial Game 4 finish
to Detroit. Awesome.
Before Brunson was heroic, you couldn't keep the lead.
Right.
So it's building up.
There's only one thing. There's only one thing.
They have to be historic to win the next round.
There's only one thing. I think they're going to have to be really damn good anyway to win the next round. But what I will say to this is, this is the nature of fandom and what you see all the time. As I said, sometimes you are as bad as you look in the loss, right? So say Game 7 is no guarantee.
No game is a guarantee.
No game is a guarantee. What I was going to say is, let's say the Knicks on Thursday night go to the Motor City and they win by 20. All of y'all are going to be back on the bandwagon. All of y'all are going to be out there like, oh my God, they closed out Detroit in a Game 6 on the road, beat them by 20. And here's the thing.
We're waiting for that game.
That's what I'm saying.
I know y'all are waiting for that game.
I thought they'd have it by
now. I do think that kind of game
I think they expect
would give people I did to some degree.
You see how the Celtics are doing it? The Celtics tonight are stamping like, yo.
But what's the difference? What's the difference between the Knicks and the Celtics?
Cleveland did it last night.
What's the difference between the Knicks and the Celtics? There's a lot of things to say, but I'm asking you, they've won a championship. They've been through it. They used to play with their food. Why was everybody?
And they still do sometimes, to be honest.
But why is everybody expecting this? Not you, but in year one, this team was not gonna. I'm not surprised that this is what I'm saying. They play with it. Is it frustrating? I guess I get that. But if I'm telling y'all,
is it a failure if it gets to 7?
I said
If,
it was a
even
failure
if
if
you
they
win
lost
in
the
7,
season.
is it a disappointment that you let it get to
Yeah,
7?
I think so.
Yes,
Yeah, I think so.
1,000%.
I think so.
Nate says Detroit fan Thompson was the secret weapon in this game with 22 points. This is another thing. He was killing the Knicks, backdoor cut after backdoor cut, just hanging around the rim, and the Knicks was just kind of disregarding whether it be Karl Anthony Towns' last line of defense or Josh Hart, and Thompson's just out there getting just easy buckets, not committing 3-second violations either. Like
That's a great point.
He was doing it at the right time. That's another thing that was killing them in this game, and he was doing it early. That's how he got so many points, and then he ended up making enough free throws at a point. But Asar Thompson was destroying them with those cuts.
I like to see points in the paint. The interior defense was not good, except for when Mitch was on the floor, pretty good. But the interior defense was not good, and they got killed in the paint. That's one of those little things in the game that might get overlooked here. But listen, I'm telling you, we'll be sitting here on Thursday night. If the Knicks have a win that I said I thought they would figure things out in the third, I was wrong, people. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Yeah.
They did not figure things out.
They still have
a lot of things to figure out.
They're still struggling.
But if they have that kind of win and that goes into Boston, yes, would you have liked the extra rest? Absolutely.
Dev says it's a failure because
we're
struggling with
Pistons.
But most people predicted this series to be a tough series.
And he called you Dexter's. I think that was a typo. I'm kidding.
That's a typo.
He also says these ain't the Timberwolves. These are the Pistons. They're the Pistons. I'll say this though. I do think there are some Knicks fans who may have not been locked into the Pistons like that this year, who probably thought this was going to be a walk in the park, done in 5, and what have you.
Well, I thought it was going to be done in 5, but I didn't think it was going to be a walk in the park.
I do think that a lot of people, I don't know if a lot is a stretch, but I'll just keep it for now. A lot of people may be taken aback at how close this was. There was the graphic early on about the last 3 games being decided by 9 points or whatever it was. So going by that, you have 4 games now decided by 12 points because this was a 3-point game. And the first game was close because the Pistons were leading for 3 quarters, and then the Knicks had that comeback where Campaign and Jalen Brunson couldn't miss a shot. Like every game, someone's had to pull something there out of their ass to win it, whether it be from the Knicks or from the Pistons. Like every game's been very, very tight.
And I think
this is why Knicks fans are pissed off. I think this is why Knicks fans are feeling discouraged because it's like you're chasing the Celtics and the Cavs and you're messing around with the Pistons. And I think that's where it starts and ends with a lot of people. And that I understand.
But what I don't understand about that, and this is why I keep saying this over and over again, if you look at any of these teams on their road and their journey to a championship, the process that it is, those teams, when they started at the beginning of their process, they played with their food too. This is not shocking for teams trying to get up top to the mountain point. This is part of the thing. Is it frustrating? I get it. But sometimes you got to look at it and say, okay, they messed up today. How do they bounce back from this? It's like anything else in life. How they bounce back is what's important. Now, if they come out with the wrong energy on Thursday, terrible job by the team.
Yeah.
I will be the one saying, I said that after game 2. And they came out strong in game 3 and the start to game 4. Now, they also blew it in game 4 and got the lead back. So you can't praise the toughness at one time, and then when adversity hits again, say, oh, no, they're just going to lose it again. We've seen them bounce back before.
Dex said Knicks 4-1, not 4-0, size 9.
Yeah, I did not say Knicks 4. I did not say sweep. I never said that. I said that. Don't try to put. All I'm saying is
he thought about sweep.
I did think about it.
He thought about sweep, but no.
But all I'm saying is, let's see how they bounce back from this.
Yeah.
They got punched in the face. They played with their food. They didn't do things. Do I think the sky's falling? No. Should you be disappointed? Yes. I'm not killing anybody for not being. You are just look at your face. You are disappointed right now.
It's just the moment. That's it.
I think you're still gonna light the cigar though. Honestly.
Yeah,
I think you'll like.
No, you can't light no cigar after loss. What are you doing?
No. I mean, after I think they'll win the
bad.
series and he'll be able to light the cigar.
I was just waiting for them to elevate, as I mentioned,
because you felt like it happened at this time.
They're the better, in my opinion, they're the better team.
They are. They should.
And I think they're not only the better team. I think they're clearly a better team. And it's just frustrating when I see, Cade Cunningham goes 6 for 17, 1 of 4 from 3, and you lose that game.
Fair. Fair.
You lose a game at home where you neutralize their best player.
And they've been pretty good on their best player for most of the series.
Yeah, and also after Cade Cunningham, you want to say Malik Beasley because you saw how how he played in game 1.
During the regular season, he was their second best.
And then you have him 4 of 11, 2 of 7 from 3.
You would sign for that.
He's been
what it tells you again,
he's been
it's
struggling
the little
since
things,
game 1.
folks. The little things they did not do.
And that's what's frustrating.
And that's what's
because
frustrating.
I feel as the series extends, the better team should start to show.
Yeah.
And we're still in that
and
tug of war now where we have to go to game 6. And now it's the weird things of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Winning 3 in Detroit is a hard task.
Right?
Because if we're giving them the credit that we're giving them,
that's fair.
We can't just now all of a sudden and shift and say,
that's
no,
fair.
the Knicks will be fine. When you look at, okay, the Pistons now feel their due. Things are weird with the refereeing. You're on the road. Like, it's just the way the NBA works with the referees, how the series could go, the excitement of what a game 7 would be at the Garden. Like, I can see things
I'm not even gonna
getting
talk about 7.
very
those
tough.
Those games also in Detroit were decided by like 3 points total. Those 2 games.
Total.
Now, I love that you brought up the fact that Detroit could feel that they're due. And some of that
I think you might have been down double digits in both games.
In game 3 and 4?
Definitely 4.
I think there were 9 in game 3.
Maybe
I don't know if
3.
they hit double digits.
And I think people are also like, in looking ahead, they're probably like, you're going from Cade Cunningham and Malik Beasley to Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, White, Horford, Holiday.
There's always ways of looking at it. Or
Pritchard,
the
who's had some good
fact you
games
went
against
through a
the Knicks
tough
before.
series might get you up for the Celtics.
Maybe.
It just
But we
sucks,
should-
man.
we should-
It
we
just
should-
sucks because
We should really just look at game 6
we
because
just
like it's not a
we
guarantee.
just had a
so.
great, the Karl Anthony Towns shots, the Brunson heroic performance. Like it would have led to a great ending winning tonight.
Let me address one thing.
Size 9, he didn't say sweep.
When did I say sweep, bro? I've never said sweep. On the playoff preview here with Jonathan Macri, when we were live, he picked Knicks in 6. I picked Knicks in 5. I've said it on the show.
And before we had Doug game 1.
Yeah, before we had Doug game 1.
Yeah.
I've never said sweep. The word sweep never came out of my mouth. I did not have a broom here. We love you. We appreciate you for watching. But I never said anything about sweep at all whatsoever. In fact, before the show, we both said that we predicted Knicks in 5.
Yeah.
So
I remember.
that's it. And even if I did say sweep and I was wrong, okay.
You and Doug
I was wrong with
you and Doug had Knicks in 5. I remember I said I had 6. We did it before game 1 just to get it all out there. Also.
a size 9 is trolling now. Now he said it's definitely Tip's fault and JD's out. East Blue Drew, we know you want to fire Tibbs. We know you can fire Tibbs right now if you could.
No, I thought he said firing Tibbs was not the answer.
I mean, no,
Earlier,
but
I don't know. We gotta go up.
I think the best player on the Knicks didn't come through tonight. So
look, I think that's fair, and we're gonna wrap here. But
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
No, it was size 9 who said firing Tibbs is not the answer.
Okay, he did say that. I think that's fair. That's why I look at. I will say again. I'm not telling Knicks fans to not be disappointed.
Hold on.
It's not what I'm saying.
The Dad Adventure podcast says Pistons in 7, Detroit are tougher, deeper, and what was the last word? Tougher, deeper, and the better team.
Okay.
I don't agree with that. But, I mean, here's the thing you open yourselves up to by blowing a game 5 at home.
Yeah, I mean, the criticism is fair. You want to open up to that. You want to critique. You want to tell. I do think I will say this. I do think there is a notion among Knicks fans because of previous things from years ago, which I always think is ridiculous. One regime has nothing to do with another. This
Bad
is a new
juju.
team.
Someone said that. Someone said they fire Tibbs and the black cloud will come back over the organization. Which I don't know how that happens.
I don't know about that.
But...
If it's the right move to do, then it would be the right move to do. I'm not going to go that far.
And that's to be determined. I think Tibbs is kind of coaching for his job.
I think this regime has done a good job of building this team and getting in the right direction. I just think there's a segment of the fan base that has had unrealistic expectations for this team all year and wanted them to be at a place closer. They don't enjoy the process. No Sixers, but they're not enjoying the process as much. They want the process to be smooth and easy. And they want it to be like, oh, you're supposed to compete with the Celtics.
So you're telling me to enjoy tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's beauty in the
struggle. You sound like Eric Spoelstra, and I'll tell you right now, all them Heat fans are tired of that shit.
I have no problem sounding like a coach who's won championships. No problem at all.
A convincing Game 6 win, and when I say convincing, I'm not even talking 20 points.
I'm not
win by 9 to 12,
and you feel good.
And I think the confidence, comes back because again,
that's fair.
It'll be the script turns, right? You win double digits. That means you won 3 road games.
It's 11-11, make a wish.
You know what I mean? So like that's what I'm saying. So like the story, you add to the story. Yes, you lost 2 at the Garden, but now you came game 6. You did not bring it back home. All right. We didn't clinch at Madison Square Garden 1999. Fine.
I
But we
agree.
won by 10, by 11, by 12, by 9 in Detroit, in their home, 3 in a row.
Close out on the road.
Confidence is back.
I don't disagree with that. And that can happen, Knicks fans. That
But
can happen on Thursday night. But go ahead. You got
If
the
it's
last
a
word.
game 6 grueling victory,
Doesn't feel as good.
it'll be like, okay, Knicks in 6, but kind of disappointing.
But if it's a confident win, you win on the road, 3, which is not easy to do, win 3 road games in the series. Not easy to do.
and everybody comes out healthy, let's rock against the Celtics.
All right, we'll see. I want you to light that cigar on Thursday, bro.
Oh yes, we'll do it.
Because
Yeah,
you weren't able to
we'll do
do it tonight. So, you
Yeah.
know, we'll see.
Yeah, and
Last words, Brian.
Knicks, do me a favor and close us out Thursday because I have a lot of boxing to cover and watch this weekend.
Oh yeah.
And Game 7 would be on Saturday,
Oh,
the day that Canelo Alvarez returns. And granted, the card is not great,
this is a juicy weekend.
but get it done Thursday so that I don't have to pull like triple duty.
Yeah.
You know, like
selfishly, personally, I needed them to get it done tonight. They didn't do it. So I'm telling you, I had legit reasons to be disappointed because they've changed things for me on Thursday and
Tibbs
Friday.
needs to get it done.
if they win,
needs to
if they win Thursday, when would the next series start? Would it be Sunday or Monday? Do we know?
No, because game 7 would be Sunday or Saturday.
No, it would be Saturday.
Saturday. So I
So
think
game
next
1 will
series-
be Sunday.
Sunday
Monday.
or
Yeah,
Monday.
Monday. If it's game 7 Saturday, they
It's
want
definitely Monday.
Has to be Monday.
But we don't want any parts of a game 7. I know y'all don't, because hey, everybody, relax, breathe, just take it easy. It could be all right. It could also be bad. I'm not saying it can't be bad. I understand things can be bad. This is sports. This is why we play the games. We'll see game 6. JD, we appreciate you rocking with us.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having
Post
me.
game coming on. We had a good time.
Thank you
I
for
wish it
having
was happier circumstances because now you're going to be like, man, I came and hung out with Dex for the New York Got Game live show and they lost. They took it out. It's almost like going to y'all watch parties. Every time I come to one of your watch parties, I come and hang out with UNCP. It doesn't go well. Remember game 1 this year?
early.
Early. Like
We-
this year,
we
y'all.
don't even get close games.
Oh yeah,
Man.
you went for the Celtics one. That's right.
I went for the Cavs one.
That's right.
I went to a couple this year. It's like, man, it hasn't been
Game
good.
was over in the second quarter.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But you know, at least this was entertaining.
Jeez.
So we can
Thank
say.
you, Chad. We appreciate
Yeah, we
it.
appreciate everybody in the
The
chat.
Pistons fans too. Like come back
Pistons fans, too.
Saturday. I mean
Hey.
Thursday.
Yeah, that's the thing. Dad Adventure Podcast. If you don't come back here on Thursday and be shouting that Detroit basketball stuff, I'm gonna call you out. I remember that podcast name, Dad Adventure Podcast. Go help that man out. But if you gotta come back, you better come back with that Detroit basketball energy. If not, these fans in here gonna come for you. We're gonna come for you too.
Come back
So
game
we'll see.
6.
We'll see. All right, everybody. Thank you for all the comments and everybody rocking with myself, Brian and JD.
Hell of a series.
We're gonna sign off. We will be back Thursday evening. JD won't be here, but we'll have another guest. We'll let you know who it is. See everybody then on Thursday. Peace and let's go Knicks. Keep the faith.